You've reached the Union of Metro Street podcast, where we discuss the San Diego music scene of the late 80s and all of the 90s, from the shows we worked to the shows we played. Here we go.
All right. Well, we got a special treat. Not only do we have our intro and outro music, but we got J.Navarro. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. A little hungover. You know, it's normal for San Diego behavior when I come here.
Yeah. Cool. But how you been lately?
Good, man. Busy.
Yeah,
dude.
And you're on tour right now?
Yes, but last show is in Tijuana tomorrow. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you've been on
fly home. Yep. Then fly home.
Cool.
Go back to work. Punch in.
Yeah. So, actually, what is the day job?
I remodel garages. So all these people want, it's weird in Detroit. So people really like to have their garages super nice, like TVs and you name it. It could be a race car garage too. We'll cut the ground and reinforce it for lifts and stuff like that too. But
oh wow,
everyone wants these super expensive, fancy garages now out there, and I mean, it's money that I would never spend on a garage. It's crazy. I would never be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put $40,000 in cabinetry and shelving and all kinds of weird lifts and stuff. But that's what I do. I mean, we're in the middle of building a restaurant too for someone, but we do a little bit of everything. So mainly garages, but when someone offers you, $200,000 to build them a bunch of walls, in a restaurant, you don't say no because you can do it, in a week.
Right.
So,
that's insane. And then you got 4 bands.
Four active bands.
Active bands.
Yeah. Break Anchor, Hellmouth. Well, no, Hellmouth's the non-active band. Sorry. J.Navarro and the Traitors, the Suicide Machines, and the Boreouts.
And then you've got how many kids?
6.
6 kids.
Yep. All of them are in my house, even my eldest.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My daughter's turned 23 June 25th, and she's got kind of her own little apartment here, too.
Word. Yep. Yeah,
it's cheaper to keep them under one roof.
Yeah, well, we love our kids, man. They're all really cool, so I don't care. I like all their partners too. All their partners are really cool. So half the time there'll be like 12 people in my house.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's wild. It's wild. So
and then you were saying your daughter's getting into drums.
Yeah, I think so. She's really been eyeing it up, and I sent her a picture of the band we played with last night. 2:30. They have a 17-year-old drummer. They couldn't even get in the soda bar until they played the set.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard those stories over the years, but she was ripping. So I sent a picture, and she's like, she's been bugging me for some drums the past couple months. So I think I know the Questlove drum kit looks cool, the little small one you can buy for kind of cheap. And it actually looks like a decent drum set. So I'm going to go buy the Questlove kit, I think.
It was kind of sad seeing her like outside in the cold with her mother. Not being able to watch the show.
It made me mad. So I there's a weird little back room there. I'm like, Savannah, you guys can go in the room. You don't have to just sit out here in the back,
Yeah.
So I think they both felt uncomfortable, so they just were sitting out in the back alley all night.
That's funny. Because it reminds me of who was it? Silverchair when they came through years ago, and they
with
had
their parents. Yeah, that was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, it was. That was kind of cool, though.
Yeah,
I mean, to be able to go on the road and have your parents, kind of deal with stuff, so you could just, do
be a kid.
Music. Yeah.
Chaperoning.
So speaking of kids, when did you start getting into music, and when did you know that you wanted to pursue it?
I found punk rock pretty, early, mid 80s. And my family life was super out of control, bad, not good. And my grandmother saw that on my mom's side. She was just like, this kid's heading in a bad direction. Things aren't good with this family life. But she knew that I had a bizarre, she didn't understand she knew that I was into music, but she didn't really understand the whole punk rock thing. But she's like, well, this kid actually likes something.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to buy you a bass for your birthday. And I think it was my 13th birthday, becoming a teenager. So she takes me, buys me $150, $200 guilt bass, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then my dad, being the sketchy dude he is like, you need a bass amp. He's like, we're going to go over to this guy's house. And his whole house, his whole basement, his whole living room, his kitchen was TVs stacked on top of TVs. Amplifiers everywhere. Everything was stolen because there was just it looked like a hoarder's house, but it was not. It was just stolen goods. And in the basement, we were going through, he's like, oh yeah, I have a bunch of bass amps. We're like, all right. And he's like, we go down to the basement and they're just all stacked and piled on top of each other. And of course, what do? I pick the biggest bass amp there is. And it was one of those really horrible customs that were covered in the leather padding.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a 215 custom.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want that one. So
I want one of those now.
Yeah. Yep. He gave me that in a Big Muff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, dude, this guy had everything. You wanted a microwave, you could get a microwave. You know what I mean? It was sketchy. I don't know what favor he owed my dad, too. We paid nothing. We just walked out of the house with the bass amp.
That's crazy. It reminds me of the Sex Pistols going and robbing. I think the infamous one is robbing, who was it, Bowie?
Yep. They went in when he was playing the show, right? And they went in through the back and stole something.
I think they stole everything off the stage. I don't know. I have to refresh on that memory.
I remember hearing that story too.
But I have this full visual now of walking in, you're like, what is this, Guitar Trade? Or, something similar. It's like, nah, it's just this dude gets away with stealing all that crap.
Yeah. There's probably some bad karma on what I took, but, it was going to go somewhere anyways. Yeah. So I took it.
So you got...
But you were a kid. You didn't know.
Oh, I knew. My dad was bad. My dad was a bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was not a good guy.
And were you already skating at this point, or?
Yeah, I was, for sure. Yeah. So this, had to have been 85, 86-ish. I was definitely skating.
Yeah.
86, I got my first real board, so I could have been pushing around in a little plastic freeformer pusher, probably 85, 84, So
it just all comes together. Again, because one of the things that we're finding, which I had no idea. I mean, literally, I sound like an idiot, but all the times doing Soma, I never brought up skateboarding hardly. Well, every now and again, someone would show up with a board, and I would have docks or creepers, and I'd be like, ooh, let me try your board, but I never made it a big deal. And it's obviously such a huge part of my life. But I never seemed to find that crossover of skateboarding and punk rock. And I was always so focused in on music. And it seems like every single person we've interviewed has some history with skateboarding.
Yeah.
That it's almost as one entity. You know, you get into skateboarding, then you get into punk rock maybe, or even metal, ska, whatever, but it's all congruent.
We did have one guy that would skate around in the club, and that was
Yeah.
So me being as deep as I was in the skating, always just hanging out one day, I was just like, whoa, dude, it's freaking O. I was like, are you the photographer? Because skating, I would see the pictures.
Yeah.
The first time I met him, I was just like, I knew exactly who he was. Just because I was so deep, I knew he was a photographer.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was a photographer. It's O.
Yep.
And O knows everybody.
Oh, yes, he does.
Because I've known him since about...
Rest in peace. Great human being, man.
Since like 89 or so.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't realize, because I've seen the pictures,
Yep.
O.
Exactly.
But I don't know. It makes me sound like a complete fool that I never put the two together.
Well, he hung out with us all the time, so it's like, he was a staple backstage.
Yeah. He was probably on the payroll. Probably made more than I did. I think everyone made more than I did. As a matter of fact, I know everyone made more than I did. But so you're playing the bass.
Yeah.
You've got this whole setup. It's, a little bit shady how you got it.
Yep.
But are you finding yourself playing covers, or how did you?
Yeah, I kind of just would listen to stuff and pick it out. And, of course, like once I got into like 8th grade or 9th grade and started actually hanging out with like punkers, they're just kind of like, this kid's a fucking dork, And I was just like, because I was a fucking dork. And I kind of had this quick transition of like pop music as a little kid into metal for maybe a year, and then I found punk. And so the only people who would let me play in their band was the metalhead dudes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to play punk, but what are you going to do? But I got so good at playing the bass so quick, I kind of became, eventually all the punk rockers like, Jay's okay, and I kind of became the go-to bass player gunner and all the bands in Detroit at the time. Played for tons of bands in Detroit. They would lose a bass player, call Jay, so yeah.
Oh, wow. Was there a big punk scene in?
Yeah, there definitely was. That I didn't see big bands or any famous bands first. I saw just local bands.
Yeah.
My first shows were all the local bands, and there's this guy, Johnny Lunchmeat. He used to play bass for this band called the Screaming Bloody Leopard Children. He was the first guy that I realized, you walk all the notes on one. Like, you know what I mean? You do scales.
Yeah.
Because before I was just plink, 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 saying the note. And I saw him playing bass and I was like, dude, that's sick. And he played more like a ska bass player.
Yeah.
Dude moves, who do they call? They call me to play bass for him. So I actually learned how to really play bass by playing all his bass stuff. So yeah, all local shows, man. It was a long time before I even saw like a bigger band come through. It was all like local punk. Wow. We had a good scene. It was a scary scene, but it was a good scene.
Yeah. Well, back then too, it was scary as hell here.
Yeah, it was there too.
By the time I started booking in downtown, some of the original, it was 89, and the scene, I would say, had pretty much mellowed out, guys, don't you think?
No.
Well,
it didn't mellow out till Metro.
Well, I mean, yeah, comparatively, but, when Tim Mays was doing his shows, and there was, like, when I was growing up into it in the early 80s, because I graduated in 86, so I would say, like, the earlier 80s, there was there was an exploited show. These two skinhead guys wanted me to go, but I had, my longish red hair, and they're like, look, we're going to set you up. We're going to get you a studded belt, because if someone comes to try to clip your hair or whatever, fuck with you, you pull off the belt and you beat them. Yep. And I'm like, okay. So this is just like skateboarding. This is interesting. And then it's like, you might get taxed. I'm like, what the hell is taxed? So the belt they might try to take your belt. They might try to take your wallet. If you're wearing docks, they'll tax my first docks were actually taxed off of someone years ago. That's the story. But I was like, this is freaking insane. But I love the music. And it was an exploited show. I believe it was an exploited UK subs, Dr. No at the California Theater. I don't remember. But I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then later, after starting to go to Iguana shows and when I was working with Short Lived and a bunch of other bands, there was the Skinheads, but it was, it was fairly aggressive.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. I mean, we were all aggressive. We were skateboarders and, but so getting back to you, when you basically had a trial by fire. Yep. And you figured out how to play the bass because you've just been around so many people and so deep into the scene.
Yep.
What was the first band that you would officially call your...
Horrible first band? For sure. Intravenous de Milo.
Oh, really?
Referencing the... what's the...
Venus de Milo?
Intravenous de Milo.
No, I'm saying, but that's a
riff
of Venus de Milo.
But it's borrowed from Spinal Tap.
Oh, okay.
So that was like, and we're a pretty good metal band, to be fair. We cover stuff like we definitely we wrote a lot of our own stuff, but we actually I remember covering like Zombie Ritual by Death and stuff. But, I was the dude in the band with short hair. Yeah. You know what I mean? With DRI sticker on my bass, and those dudes couldn't relate.
Yeah.
But that was the first official band. I actually have one recording of a practice still on a cassette at my house. It's pretty funny.
Awesome.
And I listened back to it a couple of years ago because I got another cassette player and I was like, dude, we're pretty good.
If you're going to be doing a Death cover.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Yep.
I couldn't do that now.
Yeah.
And I'm into metal for quite a while.
Yeah. These dudes are serious metalheads,
Yeah.
But it was cool, man. It was fun. We'd play with all the punk bands anyways, because that's what everyone did back then. Everyone played with everyone because there's no real division in scenes back then, right? There was no, if there was a gothish band, they were playing with the punk band.
Yeah.
If there's some hardcore kids or a ska band or, anything, you were all playing together. You know what I mean? There was no it's this show.
There was no scene division.
Right, man. So
here there kind of was, because I've said this from the beginning, we'll get into it more, but if it wasn't for the ska scene and it was kind of a separate thing, if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't have felt so comfortable going out to shows, because that's where the Short-Lived guys and I would go out and we would go to see these bands, and the scene was so inviting. And everything was cool with these punkers showing up with, I had my green mohawk and whatever at the time, and we're in our leather jackets. And I mean, we're all mellow. We're not there to pick fights.
Yeah.
But then that welcoming, and I just seen how the shows were, and they were self-regulated, and it was like, yeah. And that kind of sparked me to want to do what I ended up doing at Soma.
Mm.
But then there was the metal scene, which was just, there are a bunch of dirt heads and blah, blah, blah. So it was pretty divided. The Gothic scene was definitely its own entity. There might be some crossover, and hence how we booked certain shows. We would try to find a chemistry between all the bands so that each band would have an opportunity to play in front of a new audience.
Yeah, man.
But it didn't bring in the bad element, because the bad element would come in anyways, and that's the Skinheads.
Oh, yeah.
But then, to keep it self-regulated, granted, we had our security, but the bands and everyone, they looked up to each other, and then eventually started to become more and more inviting. And by the time we got to Metro, I mean, we were able to do more of a mixed bag of shows, but you'd still, with the extreme metal, you're not going to put Deicide with Buck 09.
Yeah.
That's
Fortunately, you would do that in Detroit because there was no other options.
That's so cool, though.
You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
that.
That's how it was. You'd have a band like Slaughterhouse that's like industrial noise or something, and then you would have the Nobodies who are like super poppy Ramones. You know what I mean? Like, because that was it. And you also have to think about Detroit is a type of town that a lot of bands would not come to play. So it wasn't like there was a show every weekend. So you went to see the local shows. There wasn't like oh, next week's Exploited, or the next week's going to be Bad Brains, or the next week's this. It was like, okay, well, next month, freaking DI's coming, cool.
Yeah.
So it was just all locals. So,
Well, that's how it was with us. I mean, we did more local shows than we did the bigger shows.
Yeah.
So, we did the side stage 6 bands, all local bands, and those local bands ended up getting pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has to start somewhere.
yeah.
And luckily for San Diego, we provided the place for them to start, and then they can grow. And we tried to, well, I can't speak for the owner, but I know that I definitely did what I could to give them certain tools and comfort to be able to grow as a band. And then, but a lot of it is just the scene, and just having a place to play and knowing that you have a safe place to play, then you can build everything from there. Because it's hard enough to be in a band.
Yeah.
But it sounds like your scene was, and especially, I mean, it's legendary, Detroit.
Yeah.
Isn't that Iggy's home base?
Well, you'll laugh. So my mom and dad were listening to like the Stooges and MC5 in my house, and to me, I was like, "Yeah, that's my parents' music."
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally do.
Yeah, so it was lame to me. I remember like I'll go put Jade in the other bedroom because the grown-ups are going to play poker. And kick out the jam, motherfucker, fucking ripping in my house, and I'm just like, what was this crap? Alice Cooper, you know what I mean? Like,
Alice is from there.
Yeah, like it was a big, so a lot of that stuff they were the local band. So I was like, my mom and dad are getting into. Unfortunately, Ted Nugent, but that's like what would be in my household.
Yeah.
And
Were they into Kiss?
no, they weren't. I remember hearing.
Bless them for that.
I definitely remember hearing my mom listening to Black Sabbath.
Yes.
So Santana was a big thing too, because my dad's Hispanic. I know it sounds totally cliche, but man, like my dad loves Santana, so Santana was a constant in my house. But the early proto punk was being played in my house, and I didn't really know.
Yeah.
So
it just kind of ingrained into.
Yeah. My mom's been to the Grandy Ballroom and all that. And what's cool is there's one of the scooter heads I ride with, one of the original Rovers from Detroit, the Scooter Club. He was the coat check boy at the Grandy Ballroom.
Oh, no way.
It's wild. I've seen so many cool pictures that he's taken from it's really cool. Super cool.
So that's some serious history. So then, because of that, when did you get into ska? Because as I was saying, I was doing research. I had to, refresh, and I'm like going, holy crap. I mean, you're like traditional. You're not phoning it in.
Mm.
When did you start crossing over and playing more into ska? And then are you still playing the bass?
I'll play guitar in the Traitors.
But do you play bass at all anymore?
No. I should buy one, though. I don't know. I just switched completely over to rhythm guitar, I like to write. I like writing songs, so.
Okay. So when did that crossover happen?
Shit, man. How did I get a guitar? All right, so.
Your dad again?
No.
Because that dude?
No. He at that point, he was wanted for attempted murder, so he was out of the picture.
Oh, so his shop closed down.
Yeah. Shit. I'm trying to think here. So I don't know if I got this Yamaha guitar and PV amp that was left at this guy's house first, or if I think that was it. So some guy had just never shown back up after like a year or so. It's like, I don't know, man. This Yamaha guitars and amps have been sitting in my house for a year. I don't even know where he is. He just disappeared. Yeah. I was like, well, can I borrow it? Just use it, and dude ever comes back, can you have it back? Never even heard from this guy again. So that's how I learned on. I still have the Yamaha guitar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I still have it. It doesn't work, but I just learned on this the PV T whatever. I don't know, this T series, and that's what I learned on. I don't know when the actual switch over to guitar would have been. I was writing stuff with the machines, but the first band I probably actually started playing guitar for had to have been 93. That's when I made the switch from bass to guitar. Yeah, so
it was a kind of a progressive thing.
Yeah.
Was it because you wanted to start writing more music? And
I felt like there's more options on a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
There's not. I mean, there's not. I mean, there's a million options on a bass, but at the time, it was something new to tackle, right?
Right.
Something new to learn.
A new challenge.
A new learn. So that's really all it was. just learning as far as like finding ska, man. Like I can honestly tell you, I can trace the moment I loved ska.
Okay.
And I didn't know it. It was Blondie's cover of The Tide Is High.
Yeah.
Because one of the first records I ever bought was Auto American. You know, it was in this, you know, the cassette bin at some place, you know, buy these cassettes are only $5. You know, I bought like Rick James Fired Up. And of course I bought Blondie Auto American because of the cover. I didn't know what the ska was, but I loved that song.
Yeah.
And that was probably the first time that I knew I loved it. But I didn't know.
Right.
You know, I didn't know what it was, you know, and then I stumbled onto Fishbone and the Specials. And then the thing that made me drive to try to actually write and play in a ska band, that was definitely Operation Ivy.
Okay. Yeah.
Just, they were in that wasn't even in the skate video yet, actually. This guy went to school with Jeff Temsky and is like, oh, you like Fishbone and the Specials? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, brings me this. It was the hand. You know how the tape for Operation Ivy's Energy looked like it was hand screened on the white cassette, the black crappy scratchy writing. You know what I mean? He hands me the cassette. Didn't even have the cover. It's like Operation Ivy. That's a weird name. I took the cassette home and I was just like, what in the fuck is this?
Exactly.
This is punk. Yeah. It's like the Clash, but fast. Like I didn't even understand what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I tried figuring out how to play ska guitar. Like me and Dan, the original guitar player of the Machines, are like, how the fuck, what are they doing? Like we're trying to figure out how to play it.
Yeah.
You know, at that point we're like, we're going to do this. You know what I mean? That was the first time I was like, we're going to do a band that has like some sort of ska in it.
So that's what really fueled it. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back from it because Blondie is what influenced me to get into punk rock.
No way. That's sick.
I remember, so this must have been 77 or 78, but I remember being in my backyard and I had all my Tonka trucks out there and I'm on the old swing and I'm listening on transistor radio and Blondie comes on and I'm like, I think it was Rapture. So whatever year that would have been.
Yeah. And, Fab Five Freddy.
And and at that, oh, this is fucking cool. So again, since in 77 was kind of based off of Blondie, we were quoted as Blondie with balls, but it was that New York style that I really wanted to push. And again, 77 because of punk rock. So that's my roots.
That's funny.
But then, so now you're finding because of Op Ivy, which was huge. I mean, that's anyone that's in the punk scene has at least one copy of that tape in their life.
I feel like you get any punk rock or hardcore band, right? Mm-hmm. No one can agree upon anything you're going to listen to in the van.
Yeah.
You throw on Operation Ivy Energy, I guarantee you every single person in that van probably likes that record.
Yeah.
Right?
And it kind of shuts up and goes, all right, this is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, I wanted you to play Meshuggah, but Op Ivy's all right.
Yeah, man. It's bizarre. It's a weird album that somehow resonates to a lot of different people.
So then that just kind of triggered in your mind to think, okay, I got to figure this out. And then it gave you like a purpose and study.
Yeah, and then like growing up around people like John Brannon from Negative Approach and stuff like that, we were like, how do we make it harder?
Yeah.
You know? Because it was always kind of the music in Detroit. It was always, even if it was pop music in Detroit, no matter what, all the music that was coming out was kind of pissed.
Yeah.
You can even listen to a Gangster Fun song and the lyrics aren't nice at times. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, there's an edge to Detroit that was just very angry all the way through. So we were like, how do we do Operation Ivy, but like Negative Approach? You know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, Detroit has that edge to it anyways.
Yeah.
And it's,
back then it did.
Yeah. And it just set itself apart from anyone else. I mean, Iggy Pop, MC5.
Yeah.
So, and what band was this that you started working on? And
Suicide Machines.
It was Suicide Machines?
That was the beginning of it. Like, people did not know what we were doing because really not many people in Detroit were listening to ska. We did have Gangster Fun. And that was like the only thing remotely ska. And I don't think anyone understood what Gangster Fun even was because most people didn't listen to ska. Yeah. So when we started the Machines, people were just like, what in the fuck is this? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know what we were doing. This was hardcore and ska.
Yeah. Like pioneering the movement. And so what was the first album you guys did?
The first actual album that you can't find, we did an album called Green World.
Okay.
Which a lot of those songs would actually just go on to be the Rudiment Split.
Oh, okay.
You know, but that would be the first full length. So,
and then eventually, because we're going to get to Tony Hawk here.
Yeah.
The next album, where's my notes? What was it? The one that
Destruction by Definition.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
And then what year did that come out?
96 or 95? I think 96. I feel like we recorded it in 95. I can't remember. It was like we got signed when we were on tour with Buck-09. This guy flew out to see us in Baltimore.
Yeah.
With Buck-09, and that fall, so that was like 95, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 95.
Yeah. So, 96.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so at this point, you guys already had things going well enough to where you could tour, or?
No, I mean, we were living in a van, coming home and trying to work, we'd quit our jobs to go on tour and get jobs and come back, I was out with Buck-09 for like 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, it's insane to think how long you would tour in the States back then.
Oh,
And by the way, we have Craig Arnold on the couch over here, listening in. You can say hi, Craig. They can hear you.
Yeah, 5-6 weeks. I mean, that's a decent tour.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, but that's what we all did back then.
And to be living in a van.
Oh yeah, people's couches if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I was one of those couches every now and again. At like MDC stay, and a few other people would crash at my place, because that's the thing. To be able to have somewhere other than a van on the side of the river, that's rough.
Yeah.
If you think about all of Rollins and his book, writing about touring with Black Flag, it was not an easy life.
No.
But you're young at that. How old were you at this time?
I mean, I wasn't old enough to buy alcohol, that's for sure. I was probably 20.
Yeah.
When I was starting to do these tours.
Were you guys drinkers at all back then?
Yeah. Drugs and alcohol, yes, 100%. So, yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Which makes it even harder on the road to be able to get your beer and. Yeah.
We just would steal, man. I would steal food from grocery stores and. Throw a 40 in my shorts. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You don't have money. You're not going to spend money on it if you don't have to.
Yeah.
I know it's not cool, but.
Were you guys getting paid decently on tour?
Well,
or would you get paid?
Really. Craig's shaking his head. No, not really. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like you'd be lucky if you didn't lose. Right.
Yeah. I mean, granted, gas was fair price. But,
it was. It was fair.
You had to, shit happens on the road too.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of clubs, well, I think we paid decently. But
sometimes,
yeah. Well, not me again.
Well, if the band had a guarantee, of course they're going to get paid. But some of these openers that didn't really have a guarantee, we kind of paid out of our own pocket to help them out, at least with gas money. And then, of course, a lot of the bands were getting their tour support money off of merch. So,
yeah, but we were doing, us and Buck and I were doing that pre that. There was no guarantees. There's, you know what I mean? You might.
You guys weren't getting like $100 a show?
They were telling us that you know what I mean? They'd probably tell you the same thing, Craig, but like we'd show up and be like, well, you get this cut of the door, or we'll give you this money. And then you'd be like, end of the night, be like, what do you mean there's only this?
Yeah.
It's
easy to hide it that way. Well, there's only so many paying people, but it looked like there was, 300 people there.
So back then you guys were booking your own shows. You didn't have a booking agent.
I feel like, if I remember correctly, we played Atlanta, Georgia with Buck and I, and that's why I'm saying this. And it was freaking packed. And I think, maybe you recall it, maybe I don't. The dude just slipped out the back or something.
I don't remember that particular. Was that the 3-story venue?
No, it was like the Salamander or something weird. And it was packed, dude.
Yeah.
Buck and I packed that house. And like, I think the dude just slipped out the back, the promoter, and took off.
Because he finally made money, probably.
Something like that happened in Baltimore.
Is that where? Oh, no. The Baltimore was ridiculous. That was crazy. But I remember Baltimore very well.
We all left presents for them.
Yes.
Oh.
I hate to say that I handled my own feces, but I handled my own feces and threw it under the rug in the bar and stepped on it until it squished into the floor, so it would stay like that for a long time. They couldn't find it.
Tell them this.
We all did.
So every band member left a gift.
Yeah, we all did because we were really angry about it.
Oh yeah.
Public urination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just
I believe, if I remember correctly, I think the Bucko 9 guys were threatening to take the video games or something from the promoter, which is an old TSOL trick, but it was pretty cool.
That's funny. Just tell them, think of CBGBs, except it's our shit instead of
Yeah.
the Lil's dog or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had someone leave us a gift from their bus. Basically emptied the bus.
Oh.
And they got paid. It wasn't they didn't get ripped off. That was a guaranteed show.
Yeah, I want to bring up the band because I don't want
I
to.
think we brought it up before.
Was it the driver who did it?
Probably.
Yeah. So he's an idiot.
That was the only time that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only once. But still, I mean, we don't need it to happen more than that.
No, he needed not have him.
But as far as I remember, the show was, decent. The only time that there was ever, there was a few, but the one that is fresh in my memory that could have got really bad really quick, other than the Bad Brain show where HR didn't show up, was
my first show.
Yeah. The No Effects show where Fat Mike was just, whatever reason, he pulled up and he was pissed about something. Len had done something or said something, and he was just pissed.
Len seems to have done a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of things are coming to light that he's done that, he's Teflon Len. Shit doesn't stick to him.
Mm.
But, so what other road antics? Tell me some more fucked up stuff.
What happened with No Effects? I want to hear the rest of this. So, because I'm going to see Mike next weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, okay. It's kind of, it's silly at this point, but something had happened. He came in just fully pissed about it. And so I'm talking to him, and I'm like, look, you guys got to play. There was a line out front and everything. Wasn't there an early line out front?
I don't know if that. Do you remember what year that was? Because No Effects played many times.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck. All I know is I want my fucking Cramp shirt back. I'm trying to remember what he.
Maybe Jay can get it back for you.
He's not going to have it. But it was the Let's Whoop It Up and Have a Real Bad Time shirt. And It was small on me. And, Mike's a bit bigger than me. And I was wearing that. And so he had called out, hey, give me my shirt back. And I'm like, what? What are you fucking talking about it? And because I knew the origins of me getting that shirt. But I'm like, oh, okay, he's on a good one. So whatever it was that had pissed him off. I don't even remember what bands were playing. Well, what year? It was your first show. Do you don't remember?
My first show was Bad Brains.
Oh, okay, the Bad Brains.
Like I said, they played many times.
This must have been probably 95-ish. I'm trying to remember the graphic on the shirt. So nonetheless, he was griping about something and they weren't going to play. I don't even, to this point, he might have just been choking my chain and just, trying to fuck with me. And I go, look, I'll give you my shirt. You guys got to fucking play. You deal with me. Don't deal with Len.
Yeah.
And, just if you have any problems, just deal with me. And I'm basically, trying to, in the back of my mind, I'm going, if they don't play, this place is going to just erupt. And so I gave him my shirt. And he goes, you can get a shirt from our merch guy. I'm like, that's cool. I got another one in the car. I probably had to wear a Soma shirt. So I gave him my shirt. They ended up playing. Everything was cool. But to this day, the main thing I remember is that was my favorite shirt. And I think he tried to wear it on stage even that evening. I don't remember. But yeah, he was pissed about something.
Yeah.
So it seems like Mike and Lynn always got along. Because No Effects played that new one.
Maybe not that night.
Yeah, that's the thing that I found so bizarre. But I was just panicked that they weren't going to play.
For sure.
And the only time that any band didn't play was when HR didn't show up. But the Bad Brains did play, just minus HR.
Right.
And Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, that's right. Iron Maiden, and then
Iron Maiden played the Soma?
They were supposed to
they
play
were
the song.
supposed to.
Holy
What happened was
crap.
somebody got sick because Dino talks about it
Yeah.
on that podcast, and because Fear Factory is opening for Iron Maiden.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine that Iron Maiden in this club. I mean, that's a big club, but it's not a big enough club for Maiden.
Oh no,
That's
it
nuts.
was only 1,300 people
That's
at
wild.
Metro.
Holy
I mean, we
moly.
did Megadeth there,
Yeah.
and we did
Yeah.
Slayer there several times.
Yeah, but I saw
Kind of at a low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It was kind of like
I saw Slayer in a small club.
Yeah,
I think that was when Iron Maiden was trying to rebuild
Those are
itself.
the best
and
shows.
Probably had the other singer.
Oh, I forgot about that moment. I forgot
Yeah.
they
yeah.
had-
It wasn't Bruce.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
But the
Ripper Owens,
Yeah,
isn't that who it was?
but the night before that was the ICP show,
Mhm.
wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
ICP with Radiohead.
What?
Yes,
That's awesome.
And,
and there was a couple other bands on there. It was a 91X show.
Oh, that makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense then.
so then we had Mario go down there, and I think a couple other people went down there just telling. But there wasn't that many people that showed up and protested at all.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what the ticket sales for that Iron Maiden show was. I thought it would have been cool.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Maiden. I've been
too.
since the early 80s or so.
Yeah. I forgot about the Ripper Owens era.
Yeah, it's the dark era. It's kind of like when Tony Iommi was singing for Black. Oh, no, he wasn't singing. It was just Tony Iommi's Black Sabbath. I got one of the albums, The Eternal Idol, because Iommi was the only person in Black
Yeah,
Sabbath
yeah.
at that time. Very bizarre.
That's awesome.
But then again, speaking of Black Sabbath, I still love Born Again with Ian Gillan
Mm. Mm.
because I'm just.
I'll have to
his
check into it.
screams. I used to
Go
skate to
deep in
that.
it. Right on.
We'd take a boombox out to Santee,
Yeah.
and I had a couple of my buddies from Mara Mesa that I skated with, and this is whenever that album came out. I think Ken Leake from The Neighbors and probably Jeff Winfrey came out, and we had a boombox, and we're blaring that, and we're skating this bank up in Lakeside at the school. That album's like ingrained.
I'm gonna
in
have to.
my memory.
I'm gonna have to dig into that one.
Yeah,
Never listened to it.
it's a bit different, but
Yeah.
I like it.
It's Tony Iommi, man.
Yeah.
He writes cool stuff. He always has.
Yeah, he's the master riffer. And then Geezer Butler, I mean, and me being a bass player,
Yeah.
I can't do what he does.
Yeah.
I play with a pick anyways.
Yeah. Geezer's sick, dude.
Yeah,
I love Sabbath, so.
yeah. Huge fan of Sabbath. But on tour, what...
Can I give you a signed?
Yeah, I have a signed copy of Paranoid.
oh, really?
Yeah, Ozzy. Jared got it for me.
Bragger.
I don't. You know, what's funny is I don't have a lot of stuff signed. I'm not one of those type of people.
Yeah, neither am I.
You know, but I do have like Mick Foley, the wrestler. I have is like his book signed by him.
Yeah.
Just, but that's about it. I think that's all I got that's signed. Is those two things. So,
I have a couple things. Chris Arms signed one of the records from his early bands from Agent 51. Maybe it wasn't Agent 51. I have a couple books from that friends have written that are signed, and then Ken has a couple books. And when I see him again, I want him to sign them. I'm just starting to do it now. It's just funny to have my friend that I've known for years sign
It's
something.
neat.
Like,
it's neat.
yeah. And it adds a
You gotta
little
get
bit.
Adam's book.
Yeah, I haven't gotten Adam's book yet. So
I was
Adam
just-
from Slightly Stupid,
Yeah.
the original drummer, he's got a book out about I can't remember the title. I'll have to put it in the credits. But he wrote about his experiences in it's Slightly Sublime. So he tells some of his stories
Yeah.
about dealing with Sublime and being on tour with Buck 09. I mean, not Buck 09, but Blink 182.
Mm-hmm.
When Slightly Stupid would be on tour with them. There's some antics going on.
Oh,
I had no idea.
Did you guys ever tour with Slightly Stupid?
No, I think we played with them once or twice back in the 90s.
Okay.
We probably played it at Soma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we Buck on and the Suicide Machines? I swear on one of the tours we met up with the Vandals, Sublime, and Strung Out for one show.
With the Vandals in Orlando,
Yeah,
we were sitting backstage arguing.
Yep.
Our band was a huge argument. I remember they were looking at us like,
But I swear they were on tour with Sublime and Strung Out. Was it Strung Out? Dude, I don't remember, but our two tours met up that night in Orlando and played together. I wish I could remember who was on the bill. I don't remember much.
Yeah,
I remember skating with Mike Pisano that day. Like him and I went out skating, actually.
No, Sublime and Brad definitely took them under his wings. And I found out a lot about Sublime from Adam that I had no idea that the public wouldn't see. Like, it's just, they would have so much anxiety about going on stage and the fame and everything. It's kind of a Nirvana scenario with Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
You know, all the success and all that and being pushed and moved around basically like a product.
Yeah.
You know, did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, man, that was one of the original first reasons that Derek Grant had left the band. He has social anxieties and stuff like that to begin with, but like we didn't see it as that back then. We didn't know, but he was like, he couldn't handle being in the magazines and doing the videos and being this weird public figure that people wanted to come up to and talk to. And, you know, it really pushed him away. That's a big part. He did not like Dan, the guitar player, for sure. But he really just couldn't handle that. I mean, he's pretty young too. He was 2 years my younger.
Was he straight edge back then?
Yeah, he was straight edge. Thankfully, because I don't know if he could have even done what he did with us if he wasn't at the time.
Because for one thing, I remember when you guys played Soma back in the day. Then he promoted a lot of stuff like nonprofit, like charity type. He was like doing like PETA and he was doing a lot of stuff like that. I remember.
Yeah, he was a vegan for a while. What else? He had his own record label. He put out like One Eye Open. I'm sure y'all remember them from the West Coast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he put out like their record, and so yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah, but the pressure's being on the road and being
he split.
You know, so
he didn't want it. He missed his friends.
Yeah.
He missed being home, and he quit. You know.
Okay, so then now I'm gonna shout out my brothers-in-law Adam and Noe, because I had no idea until Noe had told me last night. Because like I said, I was telling you earlier, I asked him. I said I'm doing some research and anything you want me to bring up. I had no idea that you were on Tony Hawk's PlayStation.
Yeah.
And did that just blow you guys up? Because I hear Tony talk about that on his podcast every now and again.
Yeah.
And about there's some cover band that does nothing but covers of the bands.
It's
on
bizarre.
the game.
It's bizarre. I've seen the flyer for it.
So are they doing your song or?
I don't even know. Who knows? But I will say, like, so we got signed. The record comes out. A couple of singles drop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, there's people coming to our shows. We 400 or 500 people at our shows or something like that. Nothing crazy. And then that game came out, and it was like overnight. Like, this sold out 1,000 people.
Yeah.
What? A couple weeks later, keep going. Like, what the heck's happening? Because they're not even really pushing us on the radio, really, at this point. Definitely not on MTV. The video is barely on there. And then, dude, we're just packing the house, and we're all like, I think it's the freaking video game.
Yeah.
And it was the video game. It's the most insane way to, like, it's insane, you know?
Yeah, so it had nothing to do with your label.
Not really, you know? Like, and we got on the Warped Tour, and, you know, Tony had seen us play. I yapped at him for a minute. You know, one of the times, because I think in San Diego it was Arizona, he slammed really hard, and then he had to go home. He couldn't stay on the Warped Tour, but kind of just yapped him for like a split second.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a couple months later, or, you know, hey, like whoever was, you know, trying to get music for the thing, I think they picked some, and then he picked some. So it's like both people picking things. So I don't know who picked us at all. But we got the call, and they're like, you're not going to get paid. And I was like, who cares, man? I'm a skater. Like, that's cool. I'm going to be in a skateboarding video game. Like, you know, being a skater, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, dude. We're all like, hey, yeah, that's cool. Who cares? Yeah. We don't need to get paid. Boom. Overnight.
That's great.
It was nuts.
So it was great promotion.
It was phenomenal promotion. And it blows my mind to this day that became a thing, because it really did. At that point, your bands are getting popular for being on video games.
Right.
How weird.
Yeah, that's totally weird.
And not even a skate video.
Right, just random.
Had you done a skate? That's a good question. Have you done a skate video yet?
And
have you done any?
I don't think so. I've skated one, but I've never been. I skated for it was the East Coast like video mag, kind of like 4-in-1 called. Oh gosh, what was it called? I can't remember the name of it. But it was like a 4-in-1 on the East Coast, and I actually had a part.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I shared a part with Toby from H2O. We both shared a skate part in that. I can't remember what it's called. Sorry, but I don't think we've ever been in a skate video, as far as I know.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty well versed in skate videos, even up to now. So I don't think we've ever been in one.
Yeah.
So.
And then you have a little part in that one.
Yeah. It's just mostly street stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
That's cool.
I wish I could remember what the name of the video magazine was, but.
What do you ever? Did you get sponsored anything?
I did. Beer City Skateboards sponsored me. Yeah, I was sponsored by Beer City.
Do you have a board out?
No, I never had a board out. I was just a flow guy. Wasn't that good. I was sponsored by a shop back in at home, Modern Skateboards. I think that's the only. I've gotten boxes from like Deluxe.
Oh no,
you know what I mean? Only because I'm in the band. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only real like sponsor was cool though because the band was sponsored by Vans, and they knew I skated, so everyone else would get like 1 or 2 pair of shoes. And they would send me like a box of like 20 half cabs because they knew I skated. I was just like, I had Vans for years because they would just they knew I skated.
Yeah.
So they would send me, they're like, oh, what's your size? Oh, any color? Okay, cool, whatever. And Kurt Soto would send me huge boxes of Vans.
I was going to say, did Vans ever give you guys props for the song?
Well, we were actually in the middle of designing a shoe for the band. And they, that song they talked about, there's a weird treatment for a commercial where like they're just raining shoes on people while the song's going, just like dropping shoes from the ceiling. And that just never happened. But the band had broken up right when we were starting to design the Vans shoe.
It sucks.
The second time we broke up.
Yeah, I'm an avid, my daughter, wife, and that's our primary shoe is Vans.
Yeah, it's getting hard, man. Like the more I skate and the older my feeling in my knee is, it's like I have to put on some old man New Balances or something from here on out when I'm not skating.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, these look just like Vans. I just bought these the other day, some Etnies.
Oh yeah, okay.
You heard it here first on the podcast. I don't just ride Vans.
Those actually look like great stage shoes. I would wear something like that on stage.
Oh yeah, totally, man. They're just the skate day, the shop day. You know, they have shop day every year. Mm-hmm. These are the deluxe Etnies, like collab for skate day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me show you this really cool, brilliant thing about the shoe. It's not like I'm trying to sell shoes right now. Check this out. You know how you always break your top lace because you're skating? Look at this little blue hard nub they put in the shoe. It's sticking out so it stops from hitting your lace.
That's crazy.
Isn't that cool?
I think I heard someone on the 9 Club discussing that.
It's a really cool, like, why didn't they do that years ago? You would break laces in a day.
Oh, yeah.
Skating, especially if you have a new grip.
Yeah.
Genius.
Well, there was all sorts of innovations I remember that we did as kids for, your ollie side to lace up a chunk of leather, or like we would take Levi's.
Yep.
And then just, put some holes and flap it over, and then shoe goo. And we still have shoe goo. Yeah. But I'm not doing the ollies or anything. I'm riding the bowl out in front or going up and down the street and doing manuals. And
yeah, man, I get it. I still jump up on stuff, but it's getting harder until I get knee surgery. Getting the ollie up a little bit higher these days is getting hard.
Yeah. Well, here's something funny because I never thought about this earlier. And then an interview on the 9 Club, I think it was. So you're on the road. The Tony Hawk thing came out. You're starting to do really well. You're getting all these big shows. Are you managed by anyone at this point, or? Oh yeah,
we had a manager.
So you had the full production team behind you that had all their work done by the game.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it was bizarre. It was bizarre. It was cool. You know what I mean? It was weird, man. Like, again, how at that time no one had really. Unless you guys could correct me wrong, but no video games had made music popular yet. I feel like that was the first game to do that sort of thing.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's given people careers.
Exactly.
You know, so,
It's definitely given me a career.
so we definitely have to shout out Tony.
Yeah. It 100% gave my band a career. There's no doubt about it.
Were you allowed to skate on tour or?
Oh yeah, I always skate on tour. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I got
There
hurt
was
so many
no one
times
there?
on tour. It's not even funny.
Oh, really?
Skating. Oh yeah. I remember skating the Vagabond Bowl one day, and was that Fresno, Sacramento? I can't remember.
Mhm.
And flying 100 miles an hour, hit the coping, and it was pretty bad pool. Pool coping at that point on that pool because it was so old, was just chunked out. And I hit it. It spun me around backwards all the way to the flat bottom of my ass, and I couldn't even feel like I could lift my leg up and get out of the pool. And I had to go play a bunch of shows. I broke my foot in 3 places when we were on tour, Suicidal. I sat back on my foot doing a Smith grind because the ramp was so slippery.
Yeah.
Broke my foot. I've done it. Yeah,
we went to when you guys on tour with Suicidal, we went to Dogtown. I remember that.
Oh yeah, that was cool, dude. Ready for this? Mike Muir cooked us Thanksgiving dinner.
No
Even
way.
made sure that we had vegetarian food. So we ate at Red Dog and Eric Dressen's house for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Kid me was like, I mean, I didn't ask for autographs or anything, I was just like, holy fuck, I'm at Red Dog's house.
Yeah.
Mike Muir just made me a vegetarian Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, he made a turkey for the fellows, but he made that. And like, in walks Eric Dressen. Oh, hey, man, I'm Eric. Holy crap. Eric Dressen just walked in the goddamn house. What the hell's going on?
You just gave me chills.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying that. I would,
The best part is Mike's like, all right, I got to go back to my mom's house. You guys can stay here, finish, eat up, and then I'll be back in a little while. Just relax, drink some beer, eat. A couple hours, he comes back, and he's like, come on, dude, I'm going to take you into the warehouse, which was the garage at the time. And he's like, just take whatever you want. So all I did was take like a board and like 2 or 3 shirts. I took an Aaron Murray shirt because I was like, oh, fuck, the Aaron Murray shirt, that's sick. So I got an Aaron Murray shirt, 2 Dogtown shirts, and 1 board. And he's like, that's all you taking? And I'm like, dude, I don't take more than I need. That's not my, that's not how I roll, And he's like, dude, take some more shit. And I'm like, no, I don't do that, man. Thanks, Mike. That's rad,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane.
It's still giving me chills.
Yeah,
I got a couple shirts and some stickers.
Yeah, it was insane, man. So cool.
Wow.
I still have my Aaron Murray shirt and one of the Dogtown shirts. It's got the, I think it was it's one of the bulldog designs on the rear.
Yeah.
The big weird looking cross, but it's got some weird, I can't remember who one is Bulldog, right? Wasn't that the guy who drew for it? I think it was.
Crap, I can't remember.
Anyways, it's one of his famous designs on the back of the shirt, but I still have it. It actually fits somehow. I don't know. I must have got them large, even though I was like, who knows? Somehow that shirt still fits me.
Well, being that nervous and excited, you just grab whatever and just hope it fits. And just like holding on to it like it's the holy grail.
Psycho Micah is letting you raid the warehouse.
Yeah.
What do? You panic.
Yeah.
It's like going to a record store. You want records, but you don't know what they are. Like if you walk in like Amoeba.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm sure they have every record I want. Oh, what do I want?
What am I looking for?
Yeah, dude.
Well, that's funny you bring it up. So I did some cleanup for Justin from, the Locust and those bands. And in his yard, and then he's all, come up into the studio and you can grab some records. And I'm like, cool. So I'm looking at stuff, and there's Cattle Decapitation and Zeus and Dead Cross. I specifically wanted the Dead Cross 2 because since I found out he was in that band from a Thrasher magazine article, I'm like, you're with Lombardo? I'm like, dude, and Patton? What the fuck, Justin? This is rad. Stoked for him. So I wanted that record for sure. He loads me up with almost a dozen records. He's like, no, that's cool. It's family. And, I would have loved to go and just, pull them all off and like, oh, yeah, I'll take them all. But I'm like, I'm not going to be greedy. I just want one record. And then he gives me all these records. And I'm like, the work is for free, man. We're not even, but I'll do some more work for you.
Yeah. I'm a true believer of rock and roll welfare. You know what I mean? That's what I call it.
Yeah.
You hook each other up, man. Like
swag.
Yeah, whatever. In general, anything really.
Yeah.
If you're living in our culture, in our world, when it comes to like playing music or skateboarding or whatever, like this is what you do.
Yeah. I did for a while. I had this charity called Skateboards for Kids, and what I would do is I would get things at a discount, and I had some people would donate. but I would paint the decks because for Red Rum, that's all I do is I hand paint everything.
Yeah.
So I'd paint decks, and then I would get all these parts at discount or whatever. Some people like Lynn Kramer, the famous skater, she gave me some stuff, and I would put completes together, and I would for a while, I had set it up where people would come here during COVID, and we would meet outside, and they would kind of basically sign up, come to meet me, and then I would give their kid a skateboard. That got a little weird because people were showing up in Lexuses and Teslas, and I'm like, you can afford a skateboard. I might not make rent this month.
Yeah.
But here you go. So then I would just go to Linda Vista. I did this a couple of times. One time I just went and I left a bunch of stuff there and then just posted it. But I know, me posting it had nothing to do with it. But it was just, I have the means.
Yep.
And I want other people to have this when they're in their mid-50s. So I just, fuck it, why not? And it just, and it's not the cheap skateboards. These were, I would ride them. They were the same boards my wife and my daughter ride. Yeah. And then painted by me. And
well, that's funny because I see you have which I can't, I need my glasses. Which chapter is that?
It's,
what is that? I can't read it from upside down. Is it BC?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm in the Detroit chapter.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. And what we do
100% skate.
Yeah. Bill Danforth's like our prez, even though he lives down in Florida now.
Oh yeah.
I just hung out with him a couple weeks ago. We do every year. We get together at my friend DK's house, who's in the chapter too, and we just barbecue and drink all day. But everyone brings everything they got, anything they can get from other people, and we just sit there and repaint the boards and put 100% skateboarder stickers on them and rebuild completes, and then everyone takes as many completes as they can and they hold on to them, they keep them in their car, and you go to a skate park and you see some kid that looks like he really wants a skateboard. Like I live in Detroit. Make no mistake, it's hard. People can hardly afford to live.
Right.
So a lot of kids will be at the skate park and they'll be like, they don't have boards.
Right.
Maybe they have crappy shoes, and same with Hamtramck. And it's like you see these kids, they want to skate. Some little kids they're like, oh, let me ride your board. Like in the neighborhoods that we skate in, that a lot of these inner city kids don't have money, so we give away boards. That's what we do. I mean, that's people are like, oh, you got these skate gang with daggers in it. And it's like, no, dude, we all get together and we build a bunch of boards for kids. That's like what all the chapters do.
Yeah,
a lot of them do, anyways.
Did you ever meet Jay Adams?
I never got to meet Jay Adams. Never got to meet him.
I got to meet him once.
Yeah, and
I felt it was a changing of just energy. He's, oh my God.
Yeah.
Jay Adams. Huge influence on me. And then when, what's his face?
Martinez.
When he started doing this, I actually submitted some artwork for the badge. And then eventually it morphed into this. And then they started doing chapters all over the place.
Yep. I've been friends with Bill Danforth for a long time. And he called me up and he's like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing with Jesse Martinez. And I was like, oh, wasn't he selling the patches to make money to like clean up Venice Skate Park, right? And he's like, yeah, but what we're gonna do is a little different. We're gonna make boards for kids and stuff. And I was like, yeah, man, of course, I'm in. So
that's awesome. I ride a set of his Speed Lab wheels.
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
I like his wheels a lot.
Yeah. I as far as Speed Lab, I ride the Jason Adams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right now I've got some Powell Street, or I don't know what formula I have, but I have can't remember what the SPF is on it. But I like the what is it, Slappy Hour wheels. Yeah. Jason Adams Slappy Hour wheels. Those are really good.
You ride those Dragons yet?
No, man. I don't know if I'm gonna believe the hype, but I'm gonna try them out and see what they do, right? Like,
because I like a softer wheel, even on because I like ditches. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really our wheels that we did with Red Rum are 101s.
Yeah, hard.
I'm not really. And then plus they're the smaller wheels. I like older wheels, 80s-ish, 90s style wheel. You
want to know what my trick is for indoor skate parks?
What's that?
These days, companies like OJ will put out Filmer wheels. Mm-hmm. They're super freaking soft. But you know what? They grip like crazy inside of a super slippery wooden masonite skate park. So I will 100% buy the Filmer wheels. in the wintertime because we have to skate indoors most of the time in Detroit because it's so slippery in the parks and inside that. But you throw a pair of those. I mean, no one can hear you. They're silent and deadly because no one can hear you if you're behind them. You know, you will not hear the wheel. But you know, I got tired of sliding out so hard all the time, just eating it. And I just like one day, this one kid was like, just put on Filmer wheels. This young dude, and I was like, they make Filmer wheels? He's like, yeah. He's like, there's a pair of OJ Filmer wheels right now in the shop. Go look. I looked. I was like, holy crap! There's a pro Filmer wheel. Like some dude's. He has his own wheel that's a Filmer. Like it was bizarre to me, and I bought him, and I was like, "Shh, yeah, all right, cool." Yeah. Like, I'm not sliding out on anything.
And I ride those clouds, the Richta clouds.
Yeah,
I
didn't know Richta was still making wheels.
I'm not sure if they are anymore. My wife has 3 sets because she's got her 3 main boards, and then I've got another couple. And yeah, I like the little bit softer wheel. So have you
ridden the Dragon Formula, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm not impressed.
Okay. Everyone was freaking out.
Oh, yeah, right? yeah. And that's why I got them.
Yeah, okay.
And I got sucked in. They got my money.
Yeah.
I mean, I still respect Powell, but...
Yeah. Well, hey, look, I like the flight decks.
Oh, yeah.
I had a couple of those Andy Anderson flight decks, man.
Yeah, I want to try one of those.
Dude, they're amazing. They last forever. The pop stays.
But that shape of his... I mean, that kid is...
Yeah, he's one of my favorite skateboarders for sure.
It's insane.
But I was thoroughly impressed with the flight deck formula.
Yeah.
It's called, right?
Yeah.
Flight deck.
Yeah.
Dude, that is one of the best innovations in skateboarding, I think, in the past 20 years.
I think that's what...
They feel really stiff, but trust me, after only an hour, they feel like a normal board.
Right.
And then they just hold, man. You can skate. Dude, they last. It's crazy.
I think Staub was talking about that. And aren't they only 6-ply?
Yep. Lighter.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I believe it was Staub talking about it on...
They're freaking hard to break.
Hawk and... What is it? Hawk and Wolf. Yeah, there we go.
That's it, yep.
But let's get back to touring. I want to know what's the craziest experience you had on tour? Like, you know, especially so you guys are blowing up now. You've already, you know, let us know that you don't care. You're going to skate on tour.
Yep.
You're like, you know, fuck it.
I skated Burnside as it got built. Seems like I was playing Portland every other couple months. I'd skate like, oh, there's a new corner. Like, you know what I mean? So I got to watch that get built. That was cool. Sorry. Always goes back to skateboarding.
I was going to say something about skateboarding because I've known Jay a long time. And all in the 90s and the early 2000s, he always had a deck with him wherever he went.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it tripped me out when Craig, that's sitting over here, was like, oh, yeah, dude, Hensley's my homie. I'm like, what? Hensley ain't your homie.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
See, that's another thing, too, is I didn't even realize that Hensley was a legend until...
Just because you knew him growing up.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, because I wasn't a fanatic about all that. I didn't watch the 8th Street videos. I skated. That's just what I did. I mean, I might pick up a magazine, but, you know, I wasn't completely obsessed with it in all the videos and all that. And then at some point, I guess it was probably around the beginning of doing Red Rum when I started it back in... No, this would probably be social media time, 2012. I found out that Hensley is a fucking legend. And I'm like, wait, what? And then all these other people, I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I think about it, why didn't I put it all together? People have other things that they do other than music.
Yeah.
But on the road, what's the craziest event? Like, did you show up at a venue and it's on fire or...
I think everyone is unfortunately have survived the wreck. We survived the wreck. The other person did not.
Right.
That was awful. If it's you want pro positive things. One of the coolest things ever is I was playing in New York City with No Doubt, and Deborah Harry shows up. And this goes back to me loving Blondie, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's just here to fucking watch No Doubt, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, we're playing. Dude, she's over there rocking out, watching us play. I was like, I don't get starstruck about much of anything. Right. I just don't care.
Was that the first run with
No, it was the second run.
So I was there.
What? Yeah. It was at Roseland.
That's when we hung out with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon was there hanging out. It was bizarre.
Does he skate?
I don't know. David Spade skates.
Mhm.
Speaking of comedians, right?
Yeah. But Blondie.
Yeah,
Watching you
man.
guys
I looked
play.
over and there's Deborah Harry rocking out to us while we were playing. And I was just like, all right, that's really fucking cool. Like,
She's
that's
amazing.
Yeah, that's rad. I was way into that.
Did it screw you up while playing? Make you a little nervous?
No, man, it made me go for it harder, right? Like, you know, go harder. I don't know, man. Playing with X the first time, you know, being an X head, and I've seen X and loved him forever. Like, I completely got drunk and attacked all of them. I think that's the only starstruck moment I've ever had where if I ever punished anyone. It was the first time we played with X. I punished everyone in X, and then I stole all their fucking strongbows. I'm a drunken idiot.
Out of their dressing room?
Oh, yeah. I just started loading them up in my shirt as I was talking to him and looking at me like,
They didn't say shit to you.
yeah, I think they're weirded out on me or something. I was just like,
Who's this
hey,
crazy
Captain
kid?
Strongbow? They're like, yeah, of course. And I just like started putting on my shirt, walked out with the crap.
You start running around.
I
going,
took all of.
Strongbow.
I think they're specifically for Zoom or Bone Break. I think that was theirs,
Yeah.
and I took them all. I was a fucking drunken idiot. What are you gonna
It's
do?
funny.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Going to Prague the first time was mind blowing. It's beautiful because it never got bombed in any of the wars. So it was just like mind blowing to go to a city like that and see it.
Yeah.
You know, first tour of Japan, I completely was like, well, I've been vegetarian a long time, but you know what? I'm never coming to Japan ever again. Just feed me. I don't care. Don't tell me what it is until after I eat it. I was eating like, you know, poisonous blowfish, all of it. Like I ate everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, then I went back to Japan like 10 or 11 more times, but, you know, but I never thought I was going to go back again.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so I was just like trying to experience everything. And
Yeah,
so
because
that
of
was-
all the rises, the success, what goes up must come down, right?
Yeah. And I was like, I'll never make it back here. This is it.
But you keep growing
Yeah.
as a musician and the projects that you keep doing.
Yeah, but I've seen so many people fall, you know, left and right. Like I was like, this will be over quick,
Right.
you know? So here I am. I'm 50. Okay. Still playing shows, even if they're not big or they are big, like I still do it because, you know, it's part of the culture. You love it. You keep playing, you know. I know people they want to see the Suicide Machines. They don't want to see J.Navarro on the Traitors.
Yeah.
Right? Some do, but I'm saying it's not, you know, they're only coming because of the Suicide Machines if they are.
Right.
What's crazy with all his touring, tonight will be his first night in Mexico.
Yep. I've never been able
way.
to play Mexico, so I'm super, super excited.
Was there a reason for that, or?
Well, we broke up right before we were supposed to go to Mexico that one time, and we did like, I get so many messages from Mexico.
Yeah.
I know we've sold a ton of records in Mexico.
Right.
We've never gone, man. So I'm kind of like pretty excited.
Yeah.
Man.
And where are you playing?
Mustache Lounge.
Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was.
I've never heard of that place.
Probably gonna be insane.
I haven't heard of it either.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's probably going to be crazy as hell.
Last time we played, TJ was this place called Mod's Bar, and it's like a little bigger than this room, and it was just sweat dripping off the ceilings and the walls, and it was just the energy was. You know,
That's what I like.
That'd be
like
cool.
last night.
I like still getting sweaty, man.
Last
Yeah.
night was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ask me if I like to play big clubs or small clubs or house shows or whatever, maybe as long as the people in the venue are cool or the bar or the DIY space and it's sweaty,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. House shows are actually coming back now. In San Diego, the kids are starting to do more. There's all these new, really young promoters in their early 20s and house shows. John from Beta 7 just played one, I believe it was last weekend, because we're working on trying to put some shows together and get all of our bands with Nikki from Wabash Cannons and Beta 7 and the Left Outs. And so the house shows are starting to make a comeback.
Yeah. It's always been a staple in Detroit.
Oh, really?
It never left. We've always had house shows. I booked a lot of them. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
We've always had a DIY venue that's never been closed since the end of the 80s called the Trumbleplex, the Trumbull House. It has a big pole barn built off a 4-story old mansion, Detroit house in Detroit.
Yeah.
It's all DIY collective. And then we've always had, no matter what, there'd always be some house somewhere. And then here's the next house. You know,
Yeah.
it's just, there's always been house shows in Detroit. It's never, I mean, dude, the Suicide Machines played a house show, I think like just before COVID.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? So there's always been house shows. It's a thing,
awesome.
man. My old house that you've slept at before out in Redford with San Woo, the Woo House of Woo, we used to do shows in our basement. You know what I mean? It's always
Yeah.
It's always going to be around, and it's the youth, even then maybe not the youth. People who like music are always going to find a way to do it, and there's always going to be house shows.
Yeah.
It'll never stop.
Have you ever done any of the gutter or what do they call like under the bridge type shows or in culverts anywhere? What do they call them down here? Greg, do you know the sewer shows?
Oh, I've seen one
Well,
online a few months ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say back in 2012 when he was breaking or maybe
We played on the side of the freeway bridge, right here in San Diego,
in a backyard.
It's called the Pirate House. It was
I've
awesome.
heard of that.
They slide open the back of the house. They have this makeshift door, and it slides open on the back of the house, and it exposes this kind of deck area. And the soundboard's through the kitchen window, and they sit in the kitchen window, and you play on their back porch, basically, to the yard.
And they had
It was right next to the
they
freeway
actually
bridge.
had bleachers.
Yeah, in the backyard.
No way.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. It was
Because
cool.
remember, Cockroach, we did, it was Cockroach's last stand. I was in a band called Cockroach.
Yeah.
And we played Claremont in it was like a side room, and we packed it in there. It was pretty insane. But then there was another, I think it was the same house we played poolside. So there was a pool, and we were on the deck, and a covered deck, and then everyone was just kind of straggling around. And that was in another band called Meat, and it was in the middle of the day.
Was that Jerem's house?
Yeah,
Big Jerem's house?
Big Perm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played that. I played over there too.
Oh yeah,
In
that's
my
right.
band.
One of the most bizarre places I ever saw was living in Las Vegas for a while, playing bass for this hardcore band called Tomorrow's Gone. They would do shows in a cave
Oh wow.
outside the city. It sounded horrible,
Yeah.
but it was a freaking cave. Just outside of
That would be cool.
Just outside of Vegas.
Was that with Jeff Dean?
Yeah. It was.
Shout out to Jeff Dean.
Yeah, man. Like we would. I saw like Hickey play in the caves from San Francisco, and dude, it was just wild. It's like some Lost Boy shit. You know what I mean? Like it was
that's,
nuts.
Yeah, that's right on my
It's
alley.
so cool, man.
I want to play in a cemetery. You know?
Of
Hey,
course
man,
you do.
gotta play some music for them, man. People go there to talk to their friends and family. Like, why not play some music?
Exactly.
You know?
The dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And with Cemeterio, one of my bands, we're trying to really dive into the different hertz, frequencies.
Yeah, trying to make people poop their pants with the brown sound,
Exactly.
so to speak.
Exactly. But there's
Whatever that frequency is.
Yeah, there's there's different ones for healing, and we want to incorporate that so that we kind of create an atmosphere musically.
Yeah.
To kind of take people, in their minds, so they don't really know, but just to kind of orchestrate it to tell a story along with the songs. But we'll see if we can actually make that happen. But other than a cave, did you guys ever play the Red Rocks?
Yes, I played Red Rocks for.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How was that?
it's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Wild, man. We played there with Weezer and No Doubt. And that was right when the Red Wings had won the cup.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Colorado. So we all came out in Red Wings shirts and put Red Wings flags on our gear.
Yeah.
And the hate was real.
Oh, really?
Dude, I thought people wouldn't care, because Weezer, No Doubt, you don't think of people like caring. And dude, the hate was heavy, man. They were just
Really?
like, Red Wings suck. You guys suck. Fuck Detroit. Like throwing shit at us. Like it was wild.
So
man.
that was a crazy show.
Yeah. And it was pouring rain. Right after we got done playing, it just started dumping rain. So Weezer's playing in the rain. And they're so over it because it's just, I know it looks like it's not going to hit the stage, but the stage was one big puddle.
Oh.
So at one point, they just stopped playing and they're running with their shirts off, sliding on their bellies across all the water. Like they didn't even play a whole set. They're just like sliding on their bellies across like the stage and water. And
Sounds like something Weezer would do.
yeah, man, it was ridiculous, man.
And what's the capacity of that?
I don't even know. It's massive. It was sold out.
Wow.
Sold out. And it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful place. I'd like to play there again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would like to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so that was with the machines?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was wild.
Have you ever done anything like out in the desert? Because that's another one of my dreams. I'd love to be able to just go out and have Josh Homme set something up.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Because that's been like a huge dream. Even if you just do a road trip and then pull off somewhere with some generators.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
I was just, you know who came to our show last night?
Who?
Bob Balk from Fu Manchu was hanging out backstage.
No
with us.
way.
Yeah, he likes old, early rock steady. don't know if you saw the dude with the really long hair and the beard. Kind of hang out with a baseball hat. He's a guitar player, Fu Manchu.
Yeah, you remember Fu Manchu played Soma.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a huge fan of Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
I'd still have them. I might have a record, but I think one of the very few CDs I have.
All those desert bands are pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Although I think Bob's actually from here, even though,
I think that's what he said.
Yeah, and all the rest of those guys are from out there. But
he thinks they played with Deftones.
What was the old...
yeah, I think so.
There's that swimming pool that they dig up all the time.
The
Nude Bowl, yeah. I've seen mad footage of all kinds of bands always playing the Nude Bowl. Looks so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. Do you ever skate you get to skate the Nude Bowl? No.
No, I'm not a bolt.
People have that skate park out by Baker or somewhere out in the desert towards Nevada. They do some stuff out there. And,
would that be the Pink Motel or?
well, there's that, but there's another place. It's like the Desert Oasis skate park or something.
Oh,
but it's like probably DIY or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on someone's property.
Right.
They do stuff with people from Vegas.
okay.
Yeah, I would love to go play Generator Party out in the. There used to be another place in Vegas that I never got to play, called the Slabs.
Mm-hmm.
It was just maybe I don't know what they were going to build out there, but they left these concrete slabs in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
So all these hardcore and punk rock kids would take generators. A mutual friend of ours, Jeff Dean, all those guys would take generators out to the slabs, and they would just set up and play all night on the slabs on the desert.
So basically, like concrete foundations. They were getting ready to build something.
Yeah, it was right by. It was right by the cave where you go play. Because I remember pulling up in park. You drive through the freaking desert. There's no road.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving through ruts to get to the cave, and then all of a sudden there's these slabs, and that's how I found out what the slabs were. Because I was like, oh yeah, we do shows out here too. The slabs, we'll set up generators out here sometimes.
I think that I've skated Slab City.
Oh really? Yeah, I've seen footage of that place recently.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah, I've actually got some footage, and I think it's in the.
And Jeff Rowley footage is insane at Slab City.
Oh yeah,
he filmed some pretty heavy stuff there.
I did a couple Burts. That's on film.
You got it on film?
Yeah.
And
it's on, oh crap, what's it called? It's an online group. It never was. I think it's in their second or third video that they did. It's just a compilation of just this old cats that are no longer sponsored. Some are really good. Some are meh.
I've seen that. Do you ever seen the Tired videos?
Mm-mm.
It's a company called Tired. And it's just like, once in a while you see someone that's good.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, at this point, like, I can't skate good anymore. It'd be someone like me, you know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty funny, man.
Someone doing a manual and
not doing it right, dragging the tail or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's 100% what it is. Like,
yeah. That's awesome. But, okay. Well, let's get to J.Navarro and the Traitors. When did that concept come up, and then when did you start forming that band? And let's go with that.
All right, so like the horn player that I've been friends with for years, I grew up with him. He has been in bands like Telegraph and stuff like that. He looks like a total dad, but he's a punker. You'd be surprised. But he's a fantastic trombone player. Known him for years, and like he played
out to Steve.
Yeah, the boss, Catch, the boss. He had played on some of the Machine stuff, and I couldn't believe that we had never started a band, and we talked about it. And same with Eric, our piano player. Like, there's not many people in that like ska in Detroit, and our piano player had played in some ska bands, over the years. And somehow one night, him and I got drunk, and we went over his house, and we wrote this one song. And we're like, oh, that was really cool. It was a good song.
Yeah.
About a year later, I was like, man, why don't we just start a ska band? Because there aren't any in Detroit anymore. They're gone. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And he was like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, we'll get Kachanowski, the boss, on horn, because we've always wanted to do a band together. And then I knew Ken, who is the other guitar player that owns Reverend Guitars, and he plays in a polka band down in Toledo. He's a good friend of mine. And I was like, you could figure out ska. It might take you a little bit to figure out the rhythm, but you can do it. If you can do polka, you can do ska. You're a phenomenal guitar player. We'd done a Dag Nasty cover band together before for Halloween.
That's one of the things I was going to ask.
Yeah, man. So him and I had done a Dag Nasty cover band, And I was like, dude, you want to do this thing? And he's like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm in. Like, he's like, I'll figure it out. It took him about a year to get the hang of playing ska, but he came in and played. And then, I kind of knew Scott Stu, the bass player, from like a lot of really good punk bands. And, he's just a really cool human being. So I asked him to play. And then I did not even know our drummer, Jason Navarro, at all. He played in this really cool punk band called Deliberate Abuse. And, Eric knew him. He's like, yo, this kid, he can't play traditional ska, but he can play ska. He likes a lot of that stuff, like Slightly Stupid and stuff, but he likes the hip hop beats and mixing it up like that. And little did we know that he actually could play proper real ska. And so he came in and jammed with us, man. And it was kind of just a bunch of old dudes that wanted to play ska in the city because there isn't any. And then we were really not very good trying to find our sound. And when I'd done it, I wanted it to be a project to highlight some of the other artists in our city, because there are reggae people in our city for sure. Mm-hmm. So we'd have these guys like Briz Rochi come in and do a song with us, Negus Arubis, stuff like that, because we were trying to do that. And I started thinking, well, like, what if it could be, down the road, like, we'll be backup band, like, like John Bunkley in the Traitors. We could do like guest people coming in and doing it, and just it never really happened, and it just stayed kind of how it is now. Yeah. And then finally we kind of got good at kind of found our own sound finally, maybe in the past couple of years, 2 years. And here I am. Somehow some old man that's on, a pretty good ska label, putting out young bands, somehow taking interest in the old guy that, the old washed up guy from the Suicide Machines. And he put out our record, and it's been fun. It's been really fun.
The band's amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, my wife and I were sitting here last night listening, and my daughter came through and she had a couple friends gave them the tour. And while you're on the TV, even got her to stop and look, because my wife's a huge fan of Buck 09 and my daughter, Buck 09. And, but when we were watching, I'm watching going, this is traditional.
It digs deep into that.
Really, really fun. But then the lyrics aren't, I would say they more show kind of our age, for lack of better terms.
It's true.
Which makes it even more relatable, which makes it even more impactful for me. And dude, fucking love the band. Really, really, really dig it.
Right
Should we play something?
Yeah.
What song do you want to hear?
Oh, that's cool, because I need a bathroom break.
Should I do Holes?
No, let's play something more mellow and traditional. Play or we could do something weirder.
Off the new album, or
put on Let Go.
Let Go.
Yeah, because it still walks the line of like the Clash or something,
You got it. I shall do that.
It's like driving slow down Woodward Avenue. It's like drawing a line between me and you. Things always change. I wish they didn't, but they did. And we could never be who we were when we were kids. I'm driving south on Mount. I can see straight downtown. A red sky at night, a skyline, a beautiful sight. Rude boy, put down them guns. Let's all just stand as one. This is my plea for peace. Rebuild communities. Let's pull these weeds. Pull these weeds. Let's plant new seeds. Plant new seeds. Let's watch them grow. Watch them grow. Forget the past and just let go.
I finally found myself blossoming in this plight. City flows through my veins.
Everything's gonna be alright.
Brothers and sisters, mash them roots down. Let the urban gardens grow. I see people full of hope.
Let's pull these weeds. Pull these weeds. Let's plant new seeds. Plant new seeds. Let's watch them grow. Watch them grow. Forget the past and just let go. Let go and grow. Let go them grow.
Watch them grow.
Forget the past and just let go. Let go and grow. Let go and grow. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go.
All right, we're back.
Nice. You want to give us the quick lowdown on that song? Or
That's the song that started the band.
Oh, really?
Even though it's on
Okay.
this new record. Remember I told you him and I got drunk one night and wrote a song together?
Right, yeah.
Years later, we brought it back
Okay.
for this record. That's about, like, in Detroit, there was a lot of abandoned buildings and empty land in the city. And so luckily we got to, at one point, they really did start tearing down all the houses that were just unlivable.
Right.
And everyone started putting gardens and growing vegetables in the city. So it's basically started off like, it's basically just letting go of what the past was in Detroit. It's about that. It's about the riots in '68. It's about where we're at now. And it's not letting go of the past. It's just a matter of accepting it and building something beautiful for the future. And that's kind of what that song is about. So
it's a little bit deeper than just something kind of thrown together.
Oh, yeah. Usually, for the most part, I mean, I've always written about something usually. Once in a while, I'll throw a really dumb, bad song out there. But, they're usually about something, So a lot of urban farming, really.
Yeah.
So what it is, it's urban farming. Detroit was one of the leading cities to do that first.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
And their reclamation of the city and getting pride back.
Yes.
Yep. Is that something that, because of being from Detroit, is that like something that you draw from a lot of lyrics, or?
There's always songs about my city.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Okay, cool.
I mean, there's 2 songs about my city actually on that record. And there's even another song about an activist from my city, It's just like a water and a housing activist in Detroit. So there's always something alluding to like our city on almost every band I'm in.
You always have material.
Yeah, I guess I will. I could always fall. Hey, what do I write about? I always fall back on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than, just writing about, stupid shit. That's the one thing that I was having a hard time. Well, no, I could write about vans all day. Are you kidding me? And I'll write about them and publish it and, until I get sponsored by them.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant, actually. God, I'd love to be sponsored by someone now in my old age. But yeah, that was the one thing I was worried about when I was starting to write for the Left Outs before we ended up. Mike from Psychic Zoo volunteered, told Brian, my guitarist, he said, if you guys are down, I'd be interested in singing. And then immediately I thought, oh, good. Because
I don't know if Jay knows any history about Psychic Zoo. They were getting ready to get signed to Epitaph, and a stabbing happened, and Epitaph walked. And after that, they weren't even allowed to play the venues anymore.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
And it kind of, they did have, Mike's just a great front man, and he does look intimidating as hell, and he looks like he will run right up to you, over you, and keep going, and you'll have foot marks all the way up and down your back, which is awesome. Brilliant for him. And his style of singing and everything is really great too. And but the band did, is one of those heavier, and they powerful band on stage, definitely. Yeah. And then, just an incident just drags along with them. Some bands, Waddy, there's, he's one of those Teflon guys.
Yes, true.
Exploited shows, there's shit that goes on all the time. But unfortunately, it is another local band that had the rug pulled out from under them. As a matter of fact, I was talking with, because Ronnie from the Excrements is in my band Cemeterio, and that's the one where I will be writing lyrics for. But that's going to be a little bit deeper, and we already have like this whole subject, sort of this genre where we want to go into ancient ideas and Aztec and Mayan. So we're gonna explore all that lyrically. But the Excrements we're gonna get signed. I don't remember. I think it might have been Epitaph as well, but Mitch, the guitarist, decided to quit a couple of days before, they were going to get either, I think it was a big show that they just had to do. And then, so another one, but lyrically in my age now, I don't have anything really to draw on. I don't have like a source that I feel, I mean, I could write about skateboarding and art and music, but I don't want to get political.
I try not to get political these days. I try to, like, if there's any sort of, so the last 2 Machines records, people are like, they're kind of political. And I'm like, well, they're really not. If you really pay attention, it's just a broad view of paying attention to what is right and wrong. That's all it is.
Right.
You should, if you're smart enough to know what is right and smart enough to know what is wrong, that's what these songs are about.
So it's kind of a human interest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that where you've been?
It's where I've been the past couple of years for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and write some song, fuck Trump. I don't believe that at all. I believe the entire government's completely screwed, all of them. But I'm not going to blatantly write some dumb song about like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, look, man, like those, save that for the D-beat crust bands. They can do it all day. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. So you're writing for things to uplift people.
I'm trying, man. Trying.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been trying, yes.
Well, I think you're doing a brilliant job at
Thank
it.
you.
And so speaking of, and the tour with this and then promoting this record, it's been going well.
Not as well as I would like, of course. But, I know people, no matter what, I've done bands that I think are even better than the Suicide Machines. And I know that's what I'm always going to be known for.
Right.
Is all there is to it. There's no escaping that for most people. Not many people can shed it, right? It's just the way it is.
It's
like
that
people can't shed their first record sometimes that people hear first.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Well, it's you got
And the crazy thing is with the Suicide Machines, you're the only original member.
Yep.
So
what the irony is those dudes that are in it now have been in it for longer than the original members.
That's true. That's true.
Oh yeah, that's another thing with certain bands is the replacement. Well, Bucko 9, Andy. He's been in it the longest as on bass, but not anyone really recognizes that as the original. But the stigma of you now doing this band versus Suicide Machines is the same thing as like Bob Mould.
Yes, but Bob Mould's doing better stuff than probably Husker Du is doing. What I know it's a rough line. It's a bold statement.
I'm starting to shake right now. Let's talk about Zen Arcade.
But Zen Arcade's amazing. That's my favorite record too.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it's people just don't. I don't know, man. They don't look to the future for people who are creating. The whole thing when a famous painter dies, that's when they're finally famous, right?
Yeah.
Like it's almost the same syndrome,
So so Blink 182 is another one. No matter what other bands they did outside Blink 182,
Yeah,
it's nothing. They want Blink 182 stuff.
it's always going to be that way, and that's just I don't know. It's a weird human flaw to not move past.
It's the change thing.
Yeah, man.
I like what I like. It's like the whole thing as we were talking about earlier with Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the Ozzy Dio thing
It's pretty good.
still
Dio was pretty damn good.
He did great in the band.
Yeah.
The bickering back and forth is like,
Right.
oh, fucking come on. And then,
Yep.
we were talking about Born Again with Ian Gillan.
Mhm.
Love that album. But so many people are just like, no, it was just shit. They don't like Ian for whatever. It
Yep.
doesn't fit. It's mixed differently. They find all these reasons not to like it because they probably listened to it once, but it's not Ozzy, it's not Dio.
Mhm.
And then they had Tony Martin, and then God knows who else. But that stigma. So do you
Fat Elvis, Skinny Elvis.
Yeah, exactly. But do you Suicide Machine songs with the Traitors, or
I did with the first tour I ever did because we didn't have enough songs.
was that just a crossover and then to fill up a set? Or
It really was. We didn't not have enough songs for a full set, and we had to headline a couple nights, and we still, even by doing a Machine song, didn't have enough songs on our first East Coast run.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, SOS is easy. I'll teach you guys SOS,
Yeah.
I wrote it and I know how to play it. So I show those guys how to play it, and we played it, and we kind of did a more reggae version in the bridge area, but it hyped out some kids too that were actually coming to see the Traitors. So, but after that, I was kind of like, I think that's a bad idea to do this. The Suicide Machines are still together. It just seemed wrong, so I stopped playing that song.
Yeah, and you have people coming to the show expecting to see the Suicide Machine.
They 100% think I'm going to play Suicide Machine songs. Some do. I've absolutely run into that. Oh, did you play any Machine songs? No.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's
too. It made me we both dabble in ska and punk, but we are very different.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I see a distinct difference.
Yeah,
but they're playing the specials.
Yeah, we covered Ghost Town. I mean, we've covered a lot of stuff. We covered Toots and the Maytals, and
I was actually going to play Ghost Town on vinyl, but I ended up putting on Bob Mould to get me in the mood for this. That song on vinyl still to this day, it gives me chills.
It's massive, man. So
yeah.
Good. We played. I know a couple of those guys, and we were playing some ska. The Traitors are in England, playing some ska festival over there. We were playing with Roddy Radiation's band, and he's like, I saw him in the back hall, and we're friends. He's like, I saw you cover the Ghost Town. And I was like, yeah, and he goes, yeah. He walked off, like kind of nodded his head, like it wasn't that good. He walked off. I was just like, all right, fair enough, man.
Well, at least he didn't flip you off.
No, I think he likes me too much to do that. So
well, that's that's good in itself.
Yeah.
But that's I would be bummed. That would be like if Waddy said to me, "Yeah, I heard your cover of Sex and Violence, and don't do it again."
You want my Waddy story?
Yeah.
All right,
I love Waddy.
You guys know Chris Shiflett from No Use Your Name and the Foo Fighters?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so check this out. We're in Amsterdam on tour with No Use. We're playing in the basement. It's us, them. It's us, No Use Your Name, and the Swingin' Utters. And in the up above us was the Exploited. Two different shows.
That was the Making Friends tour.
Yeah, it was. And so we're all partying upstairs, the Exploited and us, and we're all partying. And Waddy didn't even know that there was a punk show in the basement. And he gets pissed. He's hanging out with Shiflett. Shiflett's firing him up. Like, yeah, why don't we just someone fucked up. We should have had both the shows together. It would have been crazy. It would have been, each show would have been would have sold out the big room because we had half and they had half. It would have been crazy. And Waddy's just getting more mad. Get the fucking promoter up here. Like, it's like, oh boy. He's like, me and you are going to beat up the promoter to Chris Shiflett. And Chris Shiflett's like, all right, let's beat up the promoter. And I'm getting drunk watching this, just going, is this happening? Waddy and Chris Shiflett are going to beat up the promoter, and they get the promoter up there.
Chris has never been like a violent guy.
No, he's the nicest dude ever, but he's just like, yeah, just get him, Waddy. Like, the promoter comes up, and they're like, they've got him pinned in between, and they're going off on the promoter. I'm like, oh, they really are going to beat up the promoter. This ain't cool. Like, everyone had to calm it down.
Yeah.
Because Waddy was getting really pissed that they didn't put both shows together.
Oh, man.
It was so surreal. I sat on the couch just full on watching, just like, I'm going to watch this. This is going to be great. I'm kicking back with a beer and enjoying this. Yeah. Here we go. TV show. Here we go. Real life TV show. This is great.
That's so insane.
And Waddy, of course, is wasted and high as fuck. And like, at that point, you can't understand him. You know what I mean? Because his accent has slowly deteriorated, and I'm a little bit over the edge drunk.
Yeah.
And he's just full on in his accent, yelling in the promoter's face. I was just like, oh, I loved it. It was awesome.
That's funny.
That's the only Waddy story I got. It's a pretty good one, though.
I ended up, because the two bands really that I wanted to do was Exploited and and GBH. And we ended up doing GBH, and I got to meet Colin. We traded shirts, soccer style. Awesome. Pulled it off, and kind of like what I did with Mike, except it was, I'm taking off my shirt now. Here, please fucking play. Here's your shirt back.
Yeah.
But Iguanas, the Exploited was playing, and then my good buddy Sydney and his girlfriend at the time, Kelly. So we go to the show. We went just specifically for the Exploited, and we're going in. And we had gotten our beers or whatever, and I'm hearing this band. I'm like, what the I know this fucking band. Count Doriak. I go, that's fucking Damnation. Damnation, the death metal band, or speed metal, I don't even know, whatever metal band they would be called. With me was called Poor. But then them on their side was Damnation. So I go fucking running in there, and I go to the side stage, and I'm watching Jules, and then I look up, and there's one of our Samoan security guards. I'm like, well, what the fuck? This is great. And I just said, hey, how's it going? And then he let me backstage. I think I probably said I wanted to go and talk to Waddy and see about getting him to play.
Yeah.
I was able to go backstage, met Waddy, met their tour manager and someone else. I had a great time. Understood about a third of what he said.
Right.
But still.
That's how Roddy gets from the specials too. He gets really drunk and then you just nod and say, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck is he saying?
Well, it's the same thing whenever I call up Waddy, but nonetheless, so back there and, I told him about the club and I really want you to play and, cool, we'll be in touch. And I think that's when I got his phone number. So then I go back out in the pit. This is where it gets dark. I go back out in the pit and I think it must have been during their set, but there's the pit going and the Skins are fucking with a lot of the friends of mine, local bands. There's Chicken Farm, Fishing Rod. It's the South Bay punks and a lot of people that I booked at the club. And to me, they were really good friends. But the skinheads, who I also knew because they would come to the club and start shit, were fucking with them. So I confronted him. I said, hey, fucking leave him alone. And I pissed someone off, and next thing I know, I'm on the side of the pit, it's going, and I get a hand slap against the back of the side of my face and my neck. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over and it's Sid. And then he says, we got to go now. And Kelly goes, run. We ran. By the time I actually paid attention, we were going across the bridge. Someone had tried to knife me in the neck and slit Sid's hand.
Oh, shit.
So we go to the club. I tell Len, we were just there. I talked to Waddy, and, we got to go and get Sid fixed up. And it was just a freaking crazy thing. But that's when I met Waddy, and Sid's hand was fucked really bad. But he protected me. It would have gone right in my neck.
Got lucky.
Yeah.
You have a good friend.
Yeah. Yeah. And still to this day, he's a really dear friend. He's actually starting a business doing massage.
Oh, cool.
And therapy, and he's doing more shamanic sort of therapies with it. So he I don't remember for sure, but I could swear he played in one of the original versions with Gigi Allen, or somehow he's got a tie to Gigi, because I always thought that was kind of cool because he used to play the bass, but because of that, with taking the knife to his hand, he hasn't played the bass since.
Oh, no kidding.
And actually, we were talking about it the other day. He's trying to convince his daughters that he was, that he knows me and all these people in the music scene, because his daughters, being teenagers, and one of them's getting into guitar.
Cool.
So it's like, no, Dad, you're just saying that. You don't know these people. No, I don't believe you. So I had to kind of help him out and get him some street cred.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Though your kids, they, it's just dad.
Yeah.
Like a couple years ago, my kids were like, "Oh, you're playing the Warped Tour." Like, yeah. Like, I don't know. It was like one of those last couple ones they did.
Yeah.
There's some band they must have wanted to see on it. Like, okay, well, get us in. All right, cool. Yeah, whatever. Come in. We play, and they hadn't seen me play since they were probably little kids. And this is my 21 and my 23-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Dad, like, everyone knows you. I'm like, well, yeah, I've been doing this a long time. They're like, no, I mean, there's like a crowd watching your band and singing and dancing. I'm like, oh, yeah. And I was like, yeah, we get done playing. Like, wait, all these other bands are talking to you too. And I'm like, what do you think I've been doing for most of my life? Like, I know these people because I've played with all of them. Like, over the years, they're just like, what? And like the women from Bad Cop were just like in love with my kids. Like, oh my God, they're the coolest. I'm like, it was just so funny, man. Like, your kids don't know. Like with Sid, right? Like,
yeah.
It's just dad.
But did you ever give them the Tony Hawk game and be like,
my sons know it because they're video game heads.
Yeah.
And it trips them out. Like, Dad, I still can't believe you have that Tony Hawk. I'm like, well, yeah, I've met him, but I don't know him, and it's crazy. You're in a video game. do you make a lot of money? I'm like, you see, we're struggling, right? Like, no, I don't make a lot of money, man. It's funny.
Yeah, it's the same thing with my daughter, but my wife's the same way. Is like when we were just at the No Effects show, and so I try to just keep my head down and just mingle and just be part of the crowd. But my poor wife, someone had actually said to her, because a few people, not like if I was with you.
Oh, well, this is your hometown. You know everybody.
I don't know that many people at this point. I'm kind of hidden for a while, but one guy had said to my wife, and he goes, "You must just get sick of this." And she's like, "No, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. I miss feet. Go ahead, and she's really good about it. But even my daughter to this day, whenever we bring up bringing up you, and when we were, like I said, we were watching the video and doing research, and her friends are here, and she's giving them the tour, and I'm thinking, oh, her friend's going to probably be like, who the hell is your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have all these skateboards? Who are these musicians? And so then she's, would probably have to sort of explain it, but she's not a sycophant about anything. She's just kind of,
it's just my dad.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's just my dad.
Just so used to it because so many people have come through here.
Yeah.
And they're just like, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've got 6 kids.
I do.
That you've been, supporting because of all this stuff that you're doing, and you have one, maybe a musician.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. One. I have one who's definitely going to be an entertainer of some sort. Who knows what? Crazy costume designer. And then now I do have a kid that really, really wants a drum kit. So, yeah, I think that would be good for her too. She struggles a little bit with almost similar to what Derek has. She's really bad anxiety.
Social anxiety.
Bad anxiety.
Yeah.
And I think giving her some drums to beat the crap out of is probably a great idea.
Yeah.
So I'm probably,
build some confidence.
Yep. I'm gonna try to grab her a kit, I think, in the next month or two.
How about your wife? She ever into music?
Nope.
Musician wife?
No. She was a metalhead. She's into like Sepultura and I Hate God and all that kind of stuff. And,
I love I Hate God.
Yeah, me too. And then now she's just like Mom. And it's bizarre. And she listens to like some of the stuff my kids listen to. And I'm just kind of like, do you even like metal anymore? It's bizarre. It's weird to see her change into that.
She skated all or?
No, she never skated. Yeah, she always was very supportive of me skating though. I'd come home wrecked and she's like, all right, go get some ice, she knows, I was crazy. I was just like you. I had to go skate until sun up, even in my beginning of my 30s.
Yeah.
Everyone load up the cars. Let's go film.
Yeah.
And we'd be out until sun up, skating. So yeah, she's always been cool with it. At Christmas, I'd get something cool, like a, independent sweater, cable knit sweater, or something bizarre. She's always been very supportive of me skating. So it keeps me healthy mentally, man.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if you had any memorable shows from Soma. Any memories from over there?
Always the side stage. You always want to play the side stage. That was wild. The second Soma there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Metro.
Yes, man. That side stage was nuts, man. Playing with like Agent 51 and Blink 182. I remember we played Blink 182 on that little side stage.
Yeah.
Right. And then, God, what was that really cool? Like, the Swindle.
Yeah. Yep.
Swindle, man. Like it was always fun playing the side stage, man. It was always a good time. I like that building better than the,
because he never played Union, but he did play the sports arena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Side stage was always insane shows, man.
They played the sports arena with the TSOL.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bucko 9 played there too. The sports arena one.
You guys played Bucko 9 at Metro, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In the big room.
So when did Jerry,
and you played with the Avail in the big room.
Oh yeah, I played the big room a ton. But that side room was where it was at though.
Yeah.
Just wild, man.
Yeah, that's the only stage. I've never played the main stage. I played the main stage. We opened up for Fear and Psychic Zoo, Skate Nigs, at the original location downtown.
Yeah.
In the Thunderdome sort of room. That was insane. Yeah. Other than that, I only played with all the bands on the side stage at the other club, partially because Len didn't like any of my bands, period, no matter what I did. And, you know, and I don't blame him because I pushed as many buttons as I possibly could. Band names, Cockroach, Meat, Pour, eventually Urine.
I like it.
Yeah, we had a couple Urine samples that we put out.
Sweet.
That was a really fun band.
Were they clean?
No, actually, they ran pretty dirty. There was a lot of alcohol, and actually, that I think about it, I can't really say that I've ever been in a band with any junkies or anything. To my awareness,
it's not fun.
Yeah, alcohol. Yeah. Some heavily inundated by or heavily stoned people, but I have I got clean in 86 off of meth, rehab, jail for 5 days, but
still jail.
And then I slipped I believe I was 23 or 24. I slipped for just a short period of time when I was homeless, and then it's a long story. I ended up going back to Soma because of being. It's just I don't want to get into it, but
Copy. Yeah.
I got clean again, and I went from being homeless to sleeping in a futon chair that I had, and then eventually I got to share my futon. I got to share a bedroom with my friend's kid. So I slept in his bedroom in the corner. So that was better than sleeping in my car.
Yeah.
And then that's why, while living at that place is when I had booked Blink 182 that got him that show, that got him to the beginning of their absolute launch.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that was actually a fight. Len was giving me crap. I don't want you to fucking book them. And yeah, no one liked them. At all. And then they brought in a bunch of numbers, and then all of a sudden I was the god for booking them, and Len took over and helped push them to their stardom. But I want to know when Jerry started working with you.
Well, we've just been friends.
Yeah. Well, that's so like we were talking about like things that I like about what I like to play. It's a lot of time, like I said, it's the people.
Yeah.
Me and Jerry just kind of hit it off, man. That was all. Just being cool. You know, Jerry's cool. And
then when they would come out to the West Coast, not actually on a full tour, I would help them maybe do some merch here and there or whatever.
Yeah.
Crash at his mom's house, you know.
And then when they would record in the studio in LA, Jay would stay at my house.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
Oh yeah, 30 years.
For sure.
That's crazy thinking about it. 30 years.
Yep.
Yeah. I've known Craig longer. Yep. Even by a few years, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Craig and I go, 88, 89, probably.
Spy Kids.
90-ish, probably.
Yeah. So it's been a minute. It's crazy when I think about how. Yeah. We had at Union, we had the top floor, which was capacity at 998.
So if you ever seen the Wicked Garden video from Stone Temple Pilots,
I doubt
that was at the original song.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be too punk. We didn't have a TV at my house like around that time. That was going all the time. So
yeah, either did I for a long time.
Yeah, man.
I would go to places where someone would have a TV, and I would just be mesmerized because I didn't have a TV for.
We didn't have cable at the House of Woo. All we had was a VCR. So like I don't know what was going on in the world of like MTV or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They ended up shooting their video there, but then we had the basement because it was a meat processing plant. So the basement, we called it the dungeon, and it was like a dungeon. And still to this day, I kind of like the whole concept. But it was a freaking weird room.
Was it like an old meat locker or something?
Yeah, it was. So when you look at the stage was maybe 8 inches tall, I think, probably, with the low ceiling. And to the left was a storage room, and God knows to this day what was in there. And then to the right, we had as our green room. And of course, everything in that room is completely graffitied, and so is the hallway. There was 2 hallways, but no one ever really knew about the back way. And so the stage, I have a picture somewhere of John when he was in this band Mind's Eye, and if you use that as like a height control, John was probably I'd say probably it was like an 8-foot ceiling there. So if you move around or start, pogoing,
Hitting the beams.
yeah, it's not being. It's wasn't it just a solid concrete ceiling?
Like a box. I think there might have been a beam in the front that kind of ran across the front. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that was a long time, but it was a cool place, and that's where we would start bands. And the whole idea was you would start playing for me, and it would usually I was the one starting to find the bands, and I would help try to get you to 100 people. Once you get 100 people, then you move up to the main stage, and then that's when Len takes over, and he helps to find the bands.
Yeah.
Have you do opening slots, and we were all about just trying to develop bands and develop the scene. I was about developing any and everything, except for there was a couple that I talked about this before, but I didn't think Jewel would be a good fit because of she was still doing coffee houses.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I don't think we can do this, but we did metal, ska, reggae. Makeda Dread, a big promoter around here. She would come through and she brought in like Yellow Man. Who else? HR.
Eco Mouse.
Yeah, I remember Yellow Man was crazy to me. I liked that one.
Monton.
Yeah. So it was, and mind you, those shows, man, the whole room would just be, it's a fog.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone was high.
Oh yeah, I've seen like Yellow Man and stuff before.
Yeah. And I'm amazed we didn't get busted for that. But we were also, it's down in the shit part of downtown. So it wasn't until they tried to redevelop downtown, and then we got basically pushed out.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Yeah.
In every city all the time.
Gentrification.
It's bizarre, man. Everybody, right? It's just, hey, let's call this neighborhood this too, is to try to rebrand it.
Yeah.
All that just happened in Detroit,
But this is
selling
down,
real estate.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
But it's down by the Civic Center, and then they made it a children's museum. I don't even know what's there anymore.
Some apartment complex.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it was but it was a dirty club. It was a punk rock club for sure.
Yeah.
But it was our home for a long, long time. And thinking about it, when I started there, it was 89. So doing the math on that, just really been doing this a freaking long time.
Well, you have a kid too, so you gauge time flying by on your kids. You're like, what the? How are you 23?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bizarre.
Time just goes by so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It does. I'll tell you my other bizarre thought about the Soma. I had no clue who the Aquabats were ever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who they were. This is before anyone probably knew who they were, right? And this is actually how I met Travis Barker.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice dude. And they start dressing up in these fucking costumes. Like, what are these dudes doing? And they played, and I was like, I don't even understand what's happening. Like, to what band, because they were already well into their concept the first time I ever played with them. But that's actually how I ended up meeting Travis. I mean, he drummed for me for a minute,
Oh, okay.
So this is bizarre.
Yeah, he was almost going to be in the Suicide Machines.
Yeah. Oh, who won that lottery?
Yeah, when he showed up, and I've heard the story of what happened to Scott through. We still haven't had Scott on, but through Adam from Slightly Stupid, the original drummer of Slightly Stupid, and that was the one thing that I tripped out on when. So all the local bands, Buck-09, Blink, Agent 51, even the other bands around here, Sprung Monkey. POD,
UL.
Yeah, UL. When all these bands started like picking up and touring, I was still focused in on trying to, make things happen.
Yeah.
But I started tripping out when we were talking with Pat, for one, when I did his Wikipedia. And I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm going, number one, he's got a Wikipedia. And then I just didn't realize the amount of where the band had taken him and being a musician has taken him.
Yeah.
So how many places across the world have you been to that your band's?
I don't know. I still have more to hit though. You know what I mean?
Tonight.
Yeah. I really want to. I really need to get to South America, and then I really want to play like Thailand and India and South Africa.
They play Korea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right when all the craziness was happening too, and they're firing missiles over Japan.
Yeah.
And out into the water. It was when we played there, and it was like. And I got there. We were kind of all tripping. We're like, "This is crazy! Dudes shooting missiles." We get there. Everyone's like, "They do that shit all the time. Don't worry about it." Like all the South Koreans are like, "No, it's fine. It's just fucking. That's what they do." It's like they're firing missiles, dude.
Yeah.
Ocean, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Aren't you? No, no. It's fine. Nothing's gonna happen.
So. Yeah, I would still not be too confident.
No, man, it was crazy. It was scary.
I've seen like Anthony Bourdain. He was somewhere.
Oh yeah,
and he was holed up.
Yeah,
and that's
that on the Gaza Strip or something.
Something,
I believe so.
Man.
Yeah. I mean,
and they're drinking. They're getting drunk on the hotel rooftop. Like, well, this could end up really bad.
Yeah,
just drinking. I was like, I mean, what else would you do? You know.
It made me, I was drinking while watching it because I was nervous.
Yeah, man.
So when you go to these places, do you have a handler when you're out there? Is that an interpreter or?
Oh yeah.
The promoters is what it is.
Yeah. You know, or like, so every time I go to Japan, we always have a friend with us. Just like a friend, you know, that speak okay English, you know.
Yeah.
But we get by, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know anything for any languages. My last name might be Navarro, but I can't speak a lick of Spanish. I could swear at you. That's about it, you know.
Yeah.
But my grandma wouldn't, like, she would only speak Spanish to my grandpa when she was mad at him. So all my aunts and uncles, my dad, like, well, actually, I think one of my aunts does speak Spanish, but only because she probably took it in school. Like, none of my family actually speaks Spanish on my Mexican side.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because my mother-in-law speaks primarily Spanish because she wanted the family, all the boys. There's 5 of them, and my wife, and then there's Coslo and Joe and Noe and Adam.
Yeah.
So, from what I understand, from what my wife telling me, is she wanted to keep that tradition and didn't want them to, stop speaking Spanish.
Right.
So when I try to talk with her, my Spanish is horrible.
Yeah.
And, I'm Irish, so it's not in my lexicon, but I have so much respect that I try to do my best, and I try to do the accents and everything to make them work.
Yep.
And I might use a word in the wrong accent or
you did roll something.
Yeah. But she's oh my gosh, she's such a sweetheart. I was telling Craig earlier when she cooks certain things for me and brings them home in big Tupperware things, my wife will bring it home. Oh my Lord. They're just, so good.
Oh yeah, man.
But we do our best to try to communicate. There's just so much respect there, and I wish I learned Spanish.
Well, I will tell you this: they may laugh at you in other countries when you try to speak their language, but you'd be surprised how little of you trying to speak it or trying goes a long way with people.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah, man. It's in them seeing you try to learn it too. It goes a long way with people, man.
Yeah. Well, because she understands English and she can speak it, but she's just basically forgotten it over all the years. But I see her really trying with me, and we try to find that balance.
Yeah.
And she'll help me like try to say a certain word correctly while we're talking. And so I can relate to that. And then there's, everyone else in the family, they just jump back and forth, and they'll be halfway through a sentence in Spanish, and then they'll go straight to English. And then I can understand like pieces and parts of it. And then they start speaking English, and I'm like, it's because you're speaking English now.
Yeah.
Because I think, oh, I just picked it all up. I know exactly what they're saying. I interpreted it. But yeah, I would imagine that would be kind of hard on doing a tour. So, what other crazy have you done? Like Russia or
No, that's on my radar. I've almost gotten this book there before. So I don't know about now with the way things are going.
Right. Yeah. No,
But there's, at some point, if everything calms down again, yes, that will always be a goal. And I think one of the wildest shows I've ever had, believe it or not, was in Puerto Rico. I've played Puerto Rico a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I played there, we played a little dance hall, and the show didn't start till so late. It was almost like, how the Jamaicans start all their shows super late.
Yeah.
Because it was like a crazy dance hall for people, and then they shut it down, and then our show started. And I will tell you, if you were in another, not that Puerto Rico is a different country because it's part of America, sort of, right? But I would tell you, if the promoter tells you to stop playing because of a serious reason, you stop. Because I didn't realize how serious the situation had become. There was helicopters and machine guns and all kinds of crazy stuff going on outside between the kids and the military or the cops. Because our show was so late and it was so crazy and so packed, the cops were trying to stop it. And the promoter comes in and is like, you got to stop. The cops are here. And I'm like, fuck the cops. Let's keep going. We kept playing. And he's 2 songs later, he's like, no, please, you got to stop. I'm like, dude, no.
Right.
In Puerto Rico was the first time I ever went. It was serious. They had riot lines, like the kids were facing off with these dudes with machine guns. It was nuts. And I was just like, oh yeah, we probably should have stopped.
So that was the line drawn in the sand, literally.
Yeah. So anytime I get yelled at a promoter to stop these days, I assess the situation really quick and, oh yeah, okay, this guy is telling me something for a reason.
Right.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that you got to get ready in a bit to head.
Yeah, I gotta go hit Vespa Motorsport too. I gotta get a couple things.
Okay, but I wanted to get into guitars really quick before we because I was watching an interview, but we were also playing some of your music, so I didn't get to hear. But what guitar are you playing these days?
I play Reverend Manta Rays.
Yeah.
It's a semi-hollow body, except they run a piece of wood in an elf-shaped pattern through the semi-hollow. It's almost like a Rickenbacker 330, but so it won't feed back. They run like an L wood block through it to stop it from feeding back.
Yeah.
And it still sounds like a semi-hollow. And these days I'm using a noiseless P90 pickup. So you know how a P90 will hum a little bit always?
Yeah.
There's no hum.
Oh, nice.
It's made by, oh man, I can't remember the name of the company now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I'm playing the Reverend Manta Ray is my go-to. I don't even care. I've had some of the most expensive freaking Gibsons ever and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Sold them all.
Yeah.
Don't care. Reverend Manta Ray is 100% my favorite guitar.
Are you repping them at all? Or
yeah, well, the funny part is the guitar player in the Traitors, the other guy, Ken, who was in the polka band originally, it's his guitar company.
Oh, okay.
And I now that I think about it, that's actually how I met him. I got sponsored by the company. And me and him hit it off, man. And we became good friends. We did the Dag Nasty cover band.
Yeah. And
then years later, I have him in my band. But he makes amazing guitars, man. Reverend guitars.
It's a
fantastic.
He's a beast on the guitar, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a pick. He's just all over it, dude.
Oh.
He's a big dude, too.
That's a Lindsey Buckingham type.
Yeah. Well,
that's beyond.
I think because of Pink Floyd, one of the guys in Pink Floyd didn't play. And then maybe Mark Knopfler, I don't think they play picks.
Yeah.
So he learned. I could have this wrong.
What's that shirt he's wearing? My other guitar's your mother?
Yeah, my other guitar's your mom. It's funny. But yeah, man, I fell in love so much with that guitar. That's all I play, man. I have one Jazz Master because it's J Mascis at home, and that's all I have.
Yeah.
That's all, just Manta Ray.
Do you have a signature?
No. I'm not a good guitar player. No. No way.
Yeah, but you're J.Navarro. I mean,
yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
The Suicide Machines?
No. I only sing for that one, so I'm not allowed.
You can't ride on to that.
No.
No, the beautiful guitar though. I mean, absolutely beautiful. What strings are you playing?
I am playing NYXLs. which is bizarre because like I said, I don't ever break strings, and I broke one last night in the first frickin' song. Dude, the pair of strings that I had on that guitar before this pair that I changed a week ago have been on there for 7 months because the NYXLs don't get dull.
That's crazy.
It's bizarre. They don't.
What gauge are they? What?
They're 10. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but they're 10s.
Okay.
But it's the most bizarre innovation in strings I've ever heard. They just don't sound. They sound bright forever. They stay in tune. They sound bright forever. And I have no idea how the heck I broke a string last night. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
I don't break those strings. I haven't broken a string in years.
Yeah.
It's weird. And yeah, NYXL, Diodario.
Yeah. That's cool. What was I'm trying to think of the other thing. I'm just still stuck on that guitar and how beautiful it was.
I've got one that's smashed into pieces right now that needs to get put back together. Actually, I got a little drunk at a Break Anchor show and it golfed my guitar head off the top of my my cabinet.
Oh no! Yeah, because that's the other band he plays guitar in.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
two bands he plays guitar in. Well, actually, and he was in a band where he didn't sing that he played guitar, and that was Left in Ruin.
Yeah, it was like heavy stuff. We played with like I Hate God and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. We played with I Hate God with my band Meat.
Yeah.
I think it was Meat. Yeah, unless it was, it would have been Meat. But yeah. Do you do anything like that anymore? Or?
No, man. You know, I would like to, but we'll see. I never say never about anything, you know. That's why all my bands sound different because I like it all, you know.
Yeah.
So.
That's the same way that I'm going with all mine.
No Hellmouth shows coming up.
Yeah. Hellmouth's playing in October.
That's his heavy band.
Yeah, we got offered a crap ton of money to play a show.
Oh,
I sat in with these kids who love that band in Detroit. They're on like Phil Anselmo's record label now, and they're like, "Dude, we're gonna cover a couple of Hellmouth songs. You want to come sing them?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Went and sang like 4 or 5 songs with them, and then all the guys in Hellmouth got really mad at me because I like had did that, and they're like, "Dude, let's just play a show, man." I'm like, I was just sitting there with these dudes playing a couple songs. That's not like we're doing Hellmouth. Like they just wanted to do a couple covers for fun for the night. Like,
yeah,
I went and sang them.
Yeah,
and then a week later, hey, Max will give us like this much money to play if you want to play, and I was like, yeah, let's play.
All the kids get Sizzler tonight.
yeah. We going to Sizzler.
What style are you doing? Vocals and that primarily, or are you? Doing
I write a lot of it, but I only stand vocals.
Okay, what style of vocals is that?
It's more like stuff like Dysphere, Discharge.
Okay,
that kind of world.
Yeah, because I do the growly. And,
that's what it is.
You've seen videos from Hellmouth.
Yeah,
I showed you some.
It's like black metal meets growl.
Yeah,
so
it's punch you in the face music. Is
the kids these days call it blackened crust or something stupid. I don't know. It's got some subgenre name.
There's so many labels. That's the one thing that's starting to drive me up a wall. Is
it's just punk.
Got to have a label.
Yeah.
It's or a hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag blackened crust.
Sounds like you'd be Cajun or something.
I know.
That's
right?
exactly what I was thinking. It's like,
Zydeco music. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, let's get some shout outs with what's going on, like that you want to promote. This be out, in a few months. But
I'm working on a new band called the Boreouts, which is really cool. It's Co from the band The Dirt Bombs playing baritone and singing, and then me playing guitar and singing, and John Bunkley, who has been in the Atomic Fireballs and Gangster Fun playing Farfisa organ.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this really cool dude, Rob, that I skate with playing drums. And it's kind of like, it's just like weirdo punk. It's garagey and surfy, but it's more like a punk band. It's a little like weird. It's weird. It's like
Devo-ish?
Like what?
Devo?
I mean, there's maybe a little bit of Devo, but then it's like, sound like the Chats for a second, but then it'll sound like Devo for a second. There'll sound, oh wait, is that a Mummy's lick on the fucking keyboard? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's a little bit of everything. So I'm excited to start diving into that. We're playing our first show Wednesday, and it's for the Dope Pavement and Hookers documentary. They finally get to actually do a screening of it because it came out during COVID, and it's about the Freezer Theater in Detroit, Michigan, which was where NA Negative Approach started it. And it was like the Misfits played there, the Necros played there, Minor Threat played there, and it's like a documentary about that. And so Tesco V is going to do a Q&A like before we play about the movie, and then we're gonna play after the movie. So that's our first show. It's like it's in a coffee house, no less. So it's just bizarre. It's like some Portlandia stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's just another experience, though. Another notch in the belt, and I mean, if you're not living if you're not.
He doesn't
having
quit.
New experiences. Yeah, that's. I mean, now I'm like,
hey man, if we stop moving, then it's over, right?
Yeah.
What's the saying? Body in motion stays in motion.
That's right. It's the same thing.
That's why retirement is just basically you sign your death warrant.
That's right.
And now I'm going to have to. I've only got my 3 projects, but I got to start doing something else. Maybe I'll pick up my label again.
Can't stop, man. Can't stop.
No, that's definitely not. I mean, I say that every day. I'm still trying to pick up more landscaping jobs because I push a mower for a living.
Yeah.
I went back to basics. I mean, literally, when I hit 50, my wife's just like, just go back to basics.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were doing the skateboard company, and what was it? The landscaping, and was it?
I left a great paying job to swing a hammer. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to work nights anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I go to bed at 8 and get up at 4. Now I'm getting up at 4:30.
Yeah.
And I've been staying up a bit later, 8:30, 9, pushing the boundaries. But I just don't need that much sleep anymore. And as soon as I wake up, I'm thinking, well, now especially, as soon as I wake up, I start thinking about whatever band I'm working on. And then I just have this list of things that I got to do. So I can't just lay in bed and go, well, no, just sleep.
That doesn't ever happen.
The mind just does not stop.
Tours for sleeping.
Yeah, right.
Shit. All right, brother. Do we have a song that we want to close this out with?
We'll just close it out with Breakacre.
Okay, yeah.
Outro. I'll just
there we go. But before we do, I got to thank you, James. Seriously.
No, thanks for having me.
It's
cool.
It's still great seeing you again.
Yeah, man.
Craig, thanks for coming in, sitting in, and Jerry, and
much love to my brother.
Yeah,
Jay.
This is the Union and Union
Craig
Metro podcast, and
till the next one.
Yeah,
peace out.
This podcast was recorded at Red Rum Skates. Mixed by me, Jer. Music provided by Breakacre. We appreciate all our listeners and our guests. Please stay tuned until the next one. Have a great one. Bye.